Oh, yeah, hot coffee. That's right. Woo! Welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. My name is Tom. I'm a fantasy sports addict. Tonight, I'm joined by Andrew, our good buddy from Fantasy Aid, and also Six-Man Rotation. He's a writer at Six-Man Rotation. That's Andrew.
Hello. Hey.
We are doing a mock draft on Fantrax coming up here in just a minute or two. And this is our first mock draft of the 2018 fantasy baseball season, not the first draft we've done. Incidentally, we did a draft, what was it, New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Andrew? Stroke of midnight.
Yep.
So that's how desperate we are as addicts. We've already done like regular drafts, different league setups. We did, obviously, prior to the start of the new year, we did Cubbies FNA draft. That was the Dynasty draft. But tonight we're just doing a mock. This is our usual mock and a sock we do every year for every sport. Again, we're addicts, not experts. So this is just a throwaway league on Fantrax. We'll probably get together, I don't know, once a week, however many times we decide to. We'll do different setups. Sometimes we'll do auction, we'll do roto, we'll do keeper style, right? We'll just switch it up as people want. But I'll just get switched over here, show you the draft screen.
Got 10 seconds.
Okay, here we are. So there you go. Hopefully you can see that. Let me know if you have problems seeing the screen or if you can't see it for some reason. But we should be good here. The draft has begun. And here we are. We've got 2 minutes between picks.
Oh, Team Apple and Team Dad Talks are also both from Six-Man Rotation.
Okay, good. That's good to mention. We have several of the fantasy sports addicts with us. We have, of course, our buddy. Well, Andrew, you're all over the place. You're from everywhere. Yeah. But, and of course, James Cubby and Pete's with us tonight. And let's see. Oh yeah, Jose's here. I forgot about Jose. Sorry about that, Jose. Didn't mean to forget you, buddy. Sorry to leave you out. Hopefully, everybody on the East Coast is staying warm.
Oh, we got LT with us.
Oh, we do? Okay. All right. LT, howdy. I didn't realize, okay, I guess I didn't realize he'd made it into the draft.
Heavy hitters.
Okay. All right, LT, welcome. So here we go. This is the first round, obviously. You may notice that Yahoo's sort of player rankings are a little strange. Its default points kind of thing might throw you off if you're new to Fantrax here. Did I call it Yahoo before? I meant Fantrax. Anyways, this is definitely Fantrax. We're looking at here. It does have like a weight in favor of starting pitching. That's possibly based on how I set up the league, which, again, we're not a points league. It's just regular head-to-head. But this is factoring in the whole points thing. So far, we're going kind of chalk. Trout, obviously, first. Altuve, James has been making the case for Altuve being that guy that you're willing to reach on. Like, and talking top 5, it's not much of a reach, but just the power-speed combination.
Yeah.
And, okay, of course, gold.
I think at this point, I might take... I at the beginning, like... A couple months ago, I said Trey Turner over Jose Altuve. I kind of flip-flop back. I think Altuve, just you want your floor when it comes to the first round.
Right.
So maybe, Altuve over Turner.
Now, this is where things get a little bit fascinating. You are big on Trey Turner, right?
Huge.
Huge on Trey Turner. Like, this would be possibly... about the time, right, to draft him in your world?
Around between pick 7 and 12, yeah.
Okay. I'm still playing it, kind of close here, just close to chalk here, and I'm still going with Macho Man. But yeah, you're big on Trey Turner this year. Why specifically?
The stolen bases he showed last year in limited amount of time. I mean, I want to say 46 stolen bases in 90-something games. I mean...
Do you have any qualms about drafting a guy that's basically a one-stat... not one-stat, but you know what I'm saying. He's very heavily favored for stolen bases, right? That's like...
Yes.
drafted that home run heavy guy in the first round. I mean, are you comfortable with doing that? Just
Is in more so in roto than head to head.
okay. Yeah, I guess I just don't know how to feel about it. I mean, Turner, let's see where his health is. I mean, I guess injury risk, we've said, has been sort of the issue. We've got you started with your article, your 6-man rotation article recently, right? You started a bit of a riot when you're like, "Oh, I'm Turner all day," and you talked about Mookie Betts not being a first round pick.
Yeah, it's more so in redraft than dynasty. But yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's just the average is going to come up. His BABIP was really low last year, so the average is going to come up. And he is a 2020 guy, but is he going to be much better than, let's just throw a name out there, Tommy Pham? If Pham repeats this last season, how much better is he going to be than Pham, who goes way later?
Okay, so you're big on the Pham. You're in the Pham.
Yeah, or Chris Taylor from the Dodgers. I mean, how much better is he going to be than him?
Well, I guess a lot of that for me would come down to what ends up happening with JD Martinez. If JD Martinez ends up in Boston, obviously everyone gets better. I feel like you kind of look at what happened in Boston after, David Ortiz leaves. Everybody's numbers go down just a little bit. Just a little teeny tiny bit. Good God. Very loud draft horn, by the way, here on
Yeah. I got
Fantrax.
in my ear too.
Like, whoa. Okay. Now this is where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to take power? Do I want to lock up a certain position? You know me, I always say I'm the corners guy. I'm going to be that guy who's just Mr. Corners. Joey Votto getting too old for me to lock up at first. Rizzo's tempting, but like we've talked about with Cubby, why draft Rizzo? I mean, you do get a few stolen bases, but why draft Rizzo when you can draft other players?
Right.
Even later in the draft.
Rizzo's eligible at second base, so he does have that.
That would be a reason to. I am tempted to take bets here. A little tempted.
I mean,
I'm going
two, I have no problem. I think Mookie Betts is an easy round 2 player.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously fallen a little bit. It's safe to take him. I still think he's potential first round material, especially depending on the size of the league. It's more than 12 teams. Enough of me pontificating and wasting time there. But there we go. So I locked up my corners. I'm corners guy. That's me in this draft. That's me in the corner. Let's see. And we got the 2-minute clock. I don't know. I feel like that was good for, YouTube talk time. I mean, feel free to skip ahead if you're watching this after the fact. Just what point of the draft you'd like to skip ahead to. But right now, this early rounds, taking our time. No big deal.
Even though we've drafted before, outside of the slow draft, this is the fullest draft we've had.
It is. It's funny we have Team Ralph Rasball. Now, I don't know if that's actually somebody from Rasball.
Chubby tweeted him.
Okay.
So it's not him. I don't know. It's just a rando. So Betts got taken right after your Freeman.
Right. Yeah, now that makes sense. I still think the 2020 combination, there's not a lot of other 2020 players out there. So
right. Well, and also I think one thing going for him in this league is left field is there's a lot more good left fielders than there are right fielders, so he's got that going for him. That he's got right field eligibility.
That's true. Now, that's one thing I guess we forgot to sort of throw out there for anybody who's watching this is that we have outfield spots delineated, left, center, right. So you actually, when you draft, you have to pick a left fielder specifically, a right fielder specifically. You can't just cram any 3 outfielders together. So that's something to consider in this draft.
Definitely. Just like if it was in a 5 outfielder or something, you want to pay attention to it. Yeah. I do like the 2 utilities. I drafted something last night and they only had 1 utility, and I was like, eh.
You felt a little cramped. Well, I mean, that utility slot's always nice to pick up. Like, I like the 2 because that gives you an option to stash, or not necessarily stash, but you pick up an extra power bat, you pick up an extra stolen bases guy, that type of thing, or double down on power there, double down on stolen bases. It's just that, sort of that little gravy for a certain, particular set of skills or something, right?
Yeah, they're talking about bets in the chat.
Okay, yeah, that's
I know he's a Red Sox fan. At Bolia is, so
okay.
I think Dad Sox is too. Jose Ramirez. Oh, I know Cubby loves Jose Ramirez.
Yeah. J-Ram. Okay, yeah.
Cubby takes here now. I wonder if he got sniped. I wonder if he was going to go for him.
I would have thought he was going for something like that, but I see Cubby doing something kind of specific here. I think he's looking for his value.
JD Martinez. Yeah. I can see JD Martinez there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, get your power, lock it up.
Again, right field eligibility.
Yep. And we got Corey Seager. There goes Gary Sanchez. Possibly. I mean, again, I love Gary Sanchez. It's still a bit aggressive. End of the second round, I think.
At beginning of the third round.
Okay. Oh, are we okay? So yeah, we just switched over. Okay, excuse me. So I guess that would be 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Still that's a little it's only a 1-catcher league. It's only a 1-catcher league. If this were a 2-catcher league, be that guy.
Go in the second round.
Yeah. Seager falling to the end of the second round's pretty nice there, but
yeah,
there's still it's not a shallow position necessarily at shortstop.
No. After doing my rankings, because I've done shortstop, second base, and catcher. Second base was deeper, but shortstop's still pretty deep.
There goes Aaron Judge. Now,
okay.
So I am now very, very feeling naked power wise. Like it's.
Well, I mean, he has JD Martinez and Aaron Judge, so.
Cubby. Just need a little late. Now see, all right, so I'm defaulted here. I'm sorry about that for everyone watching. I'm defaulted to hitters. The way Fantrax works, if you sort by position again, this default scoring really makes it hard to sort of like value a true like round by round assessment of like who goes where. Well, because I mean, it would be insane. Yeah, that would be that. Well, I was getting to that. I was going to show everybody that next. But like again, where we've got Verlander ranked 9th, like you're not drafting Verlander in the first or so. I mean, come on, like. So that's why you got to hit that ADP and kind of like, and that's, I hate to say that, but because again, at that point, then you are going off of essentially, other people's choices at that point. There's not like I mean, again, I like doing my own thing in draft. I'm not married to the ranks, but.
No, but it's the better of the options. It's a more reasonable.
Yeah, I was gonna say ADP is at least a guide. It gives you a little bit of a guideline to.
Yeah.
Okay, there goes Springer. I was hoping Springer would fall. Actually, that's kind of nice. Nice little pick there.
And this auto draft, at least they're not auto drafting closers anymore. He's auto drafting starting pitching.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a difference based on the draft setup. Do you know what I'm saying? Or
Probably.
the league settings. I think Fantrax sort of modifies their projected points based on how the league settings are.
Right.
I'll have to ask the dude I'm talking to at Fantrax right now. By the way, hey, if you're on the East Coast, stay warm. Hope you're safe and warm. Shout out to our buddy uh, Justin. I mean, poor J Money's out there in a snowplow on his
Yeah.
birthday. Like, I have no, he's sitting there like, oh, you're mock drafting. I have no idea when I'm getting out of this truck. It's horrible. He's spending like 48 hours in a snowplow, and like
Yeah.
that's his birthday. So he's spending the big 4-0, the big birthday in a truck, unfortunately. So hopefully he's safe and everybody on the East Coast warm and safe. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't complain. It's only 24 here, so
well, I won't fill you in with the beautiful day I had here in lovely sunny Phoenix, Arizona. I will complain about this though. There's been zero precipitation in, I don't know, 5-6 months. So it's drier than a bone, but at least there's that horn. And how have I gotten rum hammed like 5 out of the last 6 players? Like, my entire mental queue is gone. So I'm looking at like
Nelly Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz would have been a guy for sure. Bellinger. But here I am looking at this ADP, and it's like, ugh. I mean, all right. So here's a classic example of like ranking bizarreness. This Jose Abreu would be like one of those guys you can get later, right? I mean,
Well, I mean, apparently people have been drafting him early.
well, they should. I mean, look at his numbers. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the numbers Cubby was posting on Twitter the other day.
I did. I retweeted him. I saw him.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's when you're seeing numbers like that, you know. It's like, wow, actually, I didn't realize he was that good. How did he get overlooked? Well, it is the White Sox, but so I'm going to look at hitters again. I don't know. Maybe I go pitching. Maybe I don't. I mean, there's a lot of power left. I mean, I could go for a Donaldson if I wanted to go old. I could go pitching here. Maybe get. I mean, other people have taken their pitcher, right? I mean,
Yeah, I have already.
I don't love. I don't love. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to try to do something. I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to believe, just since we have Tris joining us, thou who shall not be named, the Nationals fan. You know what? Just for him, I'm going to take Strasburg.
Yeah, I would have gone with that pick too if I was on. I was hoping he might fall to me, and then I'd have a Scherzer Strasburg combo.
Combination. Yeah, that's pretty mean pitching combination. I don't normally like taking pitching that early, but just since I'm doing this sort of chalk anyways. Let me go back to all. We'll go to ADP here, just for. I don't know. I mean, again, you see the variations here. Like, why is Benintendi ranked 232?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And D Gordon like 170. I mean, again, some of these are just how does Fantrax come up with these numbers? Who knows? No idea. It really makes for an interesting search through the player queue though sometimes. So keep that in mind. If you're new to Fantrax, you're used to maybe Yahoo or ESPN, just be patient, bear with it. Like it's kind of a learning curve. Not to say that it's bad necessarily. We do clown on Fantrax here and there, but give it a chance. See what the new platform's like, but just be patient with it and yourself because, as you can see, it's just different than what you're used to. So Donaldson's still sitting around here. This could be interesting if he makes it.
I know, but I already got Chris Bryant at third.
I mean,
I do have the infield slot, but I have the infield slot for someone in particular. So
okay, you looking pitching maybe?
I was thinking about it, but with Strasburg gone, I'm not. too confident in the Mets arms.
That's really the, I don't know. I guess the
I'll
$10,000
I'll take
question there.
Abreu here.
There we go. Jose Dariel Abreu off the board. Finally, that's good. There you go. We've been talking about him, the overlooked awesomeness. There goes Donaldson. I was hoping he'd maybe trickle back my way. Here's Jose, our buddy from Florida. Hopefully he's warm. Can't believe it's all like cold in Florida. Jeez.
Yeah. I'm glad it's going to warm up when I'm there next week.
Right? I'm sure like you'd be very anxious to get out of the cold weather. So here we are, just kind of Whoa!
Robbie Ray.
Wow. All right. I still say Robbie Ray is a slight regression candidate. Same thing for Godley. Maybe of the two, Robbie Ray is the least likely or the least regressible.
The strikeouts were always there.
Yeah. But, I mean, is the control going to remain? I still feel like you passed on a lot. He is on a very good team. He is on, the D-backs are a good team. Wins should be there. Quality starts should be there. I do hope as a D-backs fan, he does not take a step backward. I hope I'm very wrong, as a matter of fact. But that does feel a bit like, you passed on some decent stuff here. I want to take DeGrom or Syndergaard. I really do. I just, first of all, the Mets are a goddamn dumpster fire.
Yeah, they're probably woefully lacking.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do here. I don't like any of this, actually. You know what I'm going to do?
I know what you have to do.
I'm going to scoop me some scope.
Okay.
Did I switch it up on you? What'd I do?
No, I thought you were going to go for someone else out there, but...
Okay.
Because I know your usual suspects, and one of them's on the screen right now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I like my usual suspects. I did kind of have to. I don't know. I had to go with the scope. I don't know. That was a bit of a reach, I suppose, but
tiny bit. But I mean,
not much.
Yeah.
I'll have to freshen my breath with the scope, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's basically Brian Dozier, who I took without the steals. So
right. Now, of course, all of a sudden, I'm suddenly heavily invested in Baltimore. Okay, all right, time to get less Baltimore. There we go with Ozuna.
Yeah, I see Ozuna. Ozuna's going way earlier than I'm willing to take him. I want him in the late 5th, early 6th, because I think he will regress some. St. Louis isn't known to being a hitter's park.
Right. Well, and there's no Stanton in that lineup, so
yeah,
that would factor in. Now, again, we are Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. Our website's fantasysportsaddicts.com. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is our first mock draft of the 2018 season. And if you're joining us after the fact, feel free, again, like I said in the beginning, to skip ahead as you like and see where players go. And we'll kind of go through players, different teams and different players as we go. And at the end, we'll just sort of do a little wrap up. I think that's probably about all we can do.
Yeah.
We don't get that fun little thing from y'all. It is so hokey and stupid, but we all love it, right? Hey, who did what? Who did the best in the draft? Who won the draft?
Yeah.
Who won the draft? It's so goofy, but you still like to look at it. It's still, it's easily exploited, if you go with the all RP strategy and, but you still like to just kind of compare yourself numbers wise to the rest of the league.
Mm-hmm.
So that, that little thing's kind of nice. You don't really get a team by team comparison here on Fantrax.
So even if it was, it would probably be pretty pitcher heavy considering the rankings.
That's true, actually. Yeah. I'll have to ask the guy that's running the Fantrax Twitter handle, see if I can get him to shed some light on the. Honestly, I haven't seen one set of player rankings in a draft queue at all. We've done a few drafts on Fantrax, not a ton, but I haven't seen the rankings be the same in any draft we've done. So The only thing I can think is that it's by the league setup, per league. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Shohei Ohtani.
the 4th round.
Okay. All right. All right. Hey, that's you know what?
I mean, on
I
Fantrax,
don't
it's
hate it.
the ideal situation for him.
That is true, right? Because you got the flex. Fantrax is different than a lot of the other fantasy sites where you're going to be able to flex him in and out. Like he'll be multi-eligible. Which if Fantrax with not being exactly a perfect format, but yet still malleable enough where they're asking questions from their their users to like improve the site. If they're if they're able to figure that out, have Shohei Ohtani be a two-way player naturally, and Yahoo can't even figure that out, I mean, give me a fucking break.
Right?
Oh, that's I don't know if I've sworn yet in this live stream, but there we go. That's money in the jar. I got to create a swear jar. I'm really trying to cut that down, but I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? Look, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Billy Hamilton, rank 460, but ADP 6. Like, something is very bizarre in this sort of.
And then Andrews is about 38.
Yeah.
Like, why do they like Gilbert Andrews so much?
I mean, he did have a nice season, but
he did. But
for Pete's sakes, I mean,
yeah,
he's had exactly like maybe 2 of those types of years. Yeah, I mean,
he's never. His highest home run total before last year was 8.
Okay, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember having him as like a dynasty shortstop way, way back when we first started the home leagues. So that was what, 8, 9 years ago?
In 2009, I believe. I remember because I was looking at him during my shortstop rankings.
Okay. Yeah, so we had him way back, like his rookie, but there's all this like flash and promise and but there was always that threat of Odor behind him and like, what's his name? The guy we've all forgotten about now. Profar.
Yeah, Jerks and Profar.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Benintendi, that's probably pretty solid value there. I mean, I don't have an outfielder here. This is getting nasty.
I don't either, actually. I have got my infield, but I don't got my outfield. Now there goes Upton. I was hoping Upton would fall back to me. I was gonna take Upton.
Yeah, J-Up definitely. I like J-Up in an improved Angels lineup. I like everybody in an improved Angels lineup, right? Like, I mean, come on. Nothing to sneeze at. I mean, I think what was it? The I don't even think I took a shortstop until very, very late that New Year's Eve draft we did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I ended up with Cozart, and I was like totally fine with it. Like, yeah, all right.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, that was loud. Okay. So let me just go back to ranks here for fun. Okay, so we're looking at Godley, like, good Lord. And I like, again, Zach Godley, I forget, it was Fantasy Keith. He's not in this draft, but one of our buddies writes for Fantrax. He actually did a side-by-side comp of Godley and Luis Severino. And, again, it was an interesting sort of side-by-side comparison there. Worth looking at. Again, similar with the ground balls and the strikeouts. And okay, see, yeah, we got a lot of pitching in this realm here. So we got to go back to ADP where people are still drafting some bats, right? Because we still need some bats. I hate Starling Marte. I'm almost tempted to take him.
I mean, he'll give you the stolen bases.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to homer up. I'm going Pollock. I'm getting him back in the mix. Getting him back in the mix. See, that's if Pollock is like healthy, like fully, finally healthy. If you're getting Pollock in the 5th round, I mean, you're getting a value there.
Yeah.
Like if he goes back to, that power speed combo and hopefully close to a 300 average. Okay, see, all right, here's Jose with his butt skin again. All right, Jose, I don't know if you're listening to the hangout, but dude, we got to ask you, like, what's going on with this Byron Buxton love? You've got the most Byron Buxton love of anybody I think I've seen, like, at all ever. I mean, there goes your fam. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
That draft horn in my ear. Now I got to pick somebody.
Yeah, this is redraft, Tris. Yeah, that draft horn is so brutally loud. Now, I mean, it's cool if you're like walking away or you're part of a slow draft or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the draft horn's cool, but I mean, if you got headphones in, you're gonna lose your eardrums. Keep that in mind. Okay, so LT's on the fam train.
I think I'll take some stolen bases here.
There you go. Well, I figured if I left him, you'd take him.
Yeah, I mean, between him and Dozier, it would keep me competitive in stolen bases.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm seeing some stuff I like here. Just kind of mental math here, mental gymnastics, whatever it is.
Take Paxton as my second starter.
There you go. There you go. Hopefully he has a healthy season.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't turn into another what's his name from the Dodgers that always gets injured? Rich Hill.
Oh, yeah. That would be tragic. That would be sad. Yeah,
the Mariners, they upgraded their lineup, so I mean he should get a good amount of wins if he stays healthy.
Yeah, and that's the other thing again about this setup for this draft. We are talking quality starts. That probably does give the starting pitchers a bit of an edge. That's probably why the rankings are inflated in such a way. That I'm going to guarantee that's exactly what it is. Fantrax must do their rankings based on league settings. So since we have wins and quality starts and strikeouts, that's what's given the starting pitchers such a bias in the rankings.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's still like, I don't know. It just seems like you're not going to build a whole, like you can't only have pitching. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like a roto or a points league. So I don't understand why that would be the way it would default. Okay, there goes Darvish. That's a nice pick right there. I kind of want Darvish.
I don't know whether he's going to get suspended or not.
Yeah, what was the joke James made? Covey, what was that one about Sano? God, that was funny. Apparently he doesn't know the word of Sano or the meaning of Sano. Just Sano. Just say no. Just say no to Sano. Oh, Lord. Okay. Wait, am I on the clock?
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch. I'm just sitting here. You know what it is I muted my damn draft horn. Okay, all right. Excuse me, everybody. Begging my pardons here. Okay, I really I don't want to take a relief pitcher, and I don't want to take you know what I want to do? I really want to root for a trade. And I'm going to root for a trade that sends Christian Yelich, right? Let's get Yelich onto the Braves. Let's get that. That's what I'm hoping for here with this little like pick.
Yeah. Hopefully any relevant hitter gets out of Miami.
Yes. Well, I was laughing today. I was like, poor Justin Bour. Like, he's just like all by himself on an island out there. And he's like,
yeah, you don't hear his name come up in any trade talks. You hear Yelich, you hear Real Muto, but you don't hear Bour.
No, I mean, I don't know how he's not like, please, me too. Right? Like, please, me too. Okay, there we go. There goes Posey. Not bad. Second catcher, I believe. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Dad Sox is talking. He was hoping to get Yelich, and hopefully he does get traded. Catcher. There goes the catcher. Yeah. There we go. And of course, Razzie's
who auto drafted. Has this team only taken starting pitching?
Yep. Is that what? Really? That's what's going on here. That's why. Well, all right. See, there we go. This is why sometimes mock drafts are not exactly what you want. We got an all pitching team here, folks. I'll take a minute away from the draft and I'll just show you. That's the auto pick team. Ralph Rasball, who we actually thought was a writer and is clearly just auto Joe. Which, I mean, that's, halfway nice pitching, but
yeah, I mean, he's gonna have the best pitching in the league, but he's gonna have the worst hitting in the league.
I was gonna say I'd love to water a little bit of that down and get some offense going. I mean, for Pete's sakes. Now Now, I mean, should we do like a look around the league? Do we want to look at people's teams and just kind of check in as we go, or should we just
Yeah, I mean,
look at
we're about 6 players in.
Okay, yeah, I've got 6. I think everybody's got about 6. So let's just take a look here. I guess Cubby, since he's on the clock, we'll start with him. He's got his Altuve, his Bregman. He's got a little bit of he's got a little bit of Houston
power and stolen bases there.
Yep.
And of course, C-Mart is his ace.
And I think I know what he's doing here. I think he's going. Well, we know he's going with value. He's been talking about value shopping all week now. I feel like he's looking deep into the value crystal ball, but he really wants to take a pitcher. If I'm reading Cubby, I think he wants to go Jose Quintana. That's just my conjecture. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That would be my conjecture. And since he's burning clock for like we're talking about it, now we got to stay with it. We got to see what his pick is before we look at another team. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, he's deviating. Oh my God, he's not going for value. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Oh, with the Acuna.
Oh, I know he loves him this year. I know. Yeah, I think he drafted him in the draft we had New Year's Eve.
Okay. Biggity bam, everybody. Biggity bam. Okay, Devers. Yes. Yes, this is redraft. That's just a mock. Just a mock redraft. We're just having fun here. Mocking into our socks. We're going to have crispy socks when we're done. Okay, so Cubby picked, and now we got AT at Bulia. Is that just how you say it? At Bulia? Or AT Bulia?
I really don't know how to pronounce her last name. I've never tried to.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I don't know, actually. I mean, Nola's good.
Aaron Sanchez.
That's a bit of a shocking pick there to me.
That is to me too. I mean,
given what's left, otherwise, but generally, I kind of like that team. With the Trout. I mean, Devers and Sanchez were a little early for my taste. Seager fell really far, so that Seager Trout 1-2's banging and blaming or something. I don't know. That's the second REM reference I've used tonight. I gotta stop that. Okay, so that's AT Bulia. Hopefully we're pronouncing that right. If not, beg our pardons. We looked at Cubby already, so let's switch over to Dad Socks. Right. He's mocking in his Dad Socks tonight. I don't know. This I like.
Yeah, his batters are all they can steal and hit power.
This I like. I mean, again.
I mean, all those guys are going to steal more than 10 bags, maybe more than 15 bags. And besides Segura, they're going to hit over 20 home runs.
Yeah. So he's, J-Ram, Segura, Nintendo. I mean, even just the start with the pitching there. This is a nice, very well-rounded, very nice team here. Are you sure we don't have J Money's not in this draft? I just want to make sure that Dad Sox is not somehow J Money.
No, he's not. No,
it looks like a J Money team.
I think it's at Bulia's brother.
Okay. So we're keeping it in the family here. All right. Okay, so don't panic. That's our buddy Tris from Disciples of Baseball. Check him out on Twitter. He's also, like I said, a Nationals fan. So we got some Nationals here.
Okay, we got a first closer win.
Okay.
Oh, and Cubby and all did take Quintana.
Yeah, that creep can roll, man. Okay, yeah, actually, you know what? I'm surprised. Since I mentioned Quintana, I'm fairly blown away that Quintana rolled back around. But hey, that creep can roll. So nice grab there, Cubby. Fucking A, man. Nice. And, Jansen, this is about when Kenley Jansen should go. This is what, 7th round?
Yeah, it's the 7th round.
That actually might be late from when usually you start seeing like 1 or 2 closers go. Like somebody always like picks one really early.
Yeah.
So that's actually, I can live with that.
Yeah, there goes a second. There goes Kimbrel.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, again, this being a saves and holds league, like saves plus holds, we've combined the two stats. You get your holds guys, your setup relief pitchers, and your setup, your saves guys, your closers. The reason why I think we're moving towards combining them here is obviously the bullpen setup in baseball has changed. I mean, basically, right? Like your best reliever isn't even necessarily your closer anymore. And just the game has changed. I mean, you need sometimes you need your best guy in the 7th inning, the 8th inning, whatever it happens to be.
Right,
and the way
perfect example, Andrew Miller.
Yeah. So yeah, you got your Betanceses, your Millers. I mean, all these guys out there that are putting up great ERA, WHIP, Ks per 9. I mean, all this stuff, and they're going to waste in most standard 5x5 leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And with the closer carousel, I mean, guys turn over. You get maybe 4 guys who lasted the whole season. And outside of those known knowns, just buckle up and take the ride. So I'd rather have the mix of relief pitching.
You're on the clock, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I really need to turn the horn back on. All right, sorry, ears. You're going to have to put up with it. Thank you. You know what? I'm going crazy here. I'm going real crazy. I really don't like doing this, but some of my options are a little bit I mean, I guess I should step on the gas here and make a pick, but I'm cool. You know what? I'm just going to pass on the pitching for now. I'm cool. I'm cool, guy. No pitching for me. You know what I'm going to do? It's time to get a right fielder. Or is it time? No, you know what? Oh, God, I don't know what time it is. It's cesspool time. Oh, yeah. Okay, I had to get in there. I had to go for the cesspool. Okay, let's get back to teams. I got a little sidetracked. We're talking closers there. Yeah. Barrios.
Man, I was thinking about him.
Oh, me too. Damn it. That was a good pick there, Jose. Okay, where were we? We were on Triss's team. Heavy hitters. Let's look at LT here. He's there's his 7th pick. So he's got D. Gordon, Josh Donaldson. Nice power speed there. Pham, power with the Stanton. Davis with more power there and speed. But Clayton, Kershaw, ass end of the first round there, 11th pick. That's not bad. I still think he's not my first pitcher of choice, but
right.
The back's starting to scare me. Oh, the Santana, you got me. More ham.
Yeah.
More ham, everybody. More ham. That's all right. There's plenty of ham to go around. There's rum ham for everybody. Rum ham aplenty. So that's LT's team. Nice little move there. I guess we can see what he does next. We're still waiting. We'll see what you do.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here. I need to see here. Well, I need to.
While we're waiting, I'll take a look at Team Chris here.
Yeah.
He ended up with Kendry Morales a little bit. Again, Morales, just the age of the declining lineup around him, maybe a little bit not excited about. I don't know. That's a very interesting setup, but I don't know. I mean, Bumgarner being your only pitcher at this point might start looking at pitching, I think, there, especially if, why do you already have 2 shortstops? A little aggressive. I mean, maybe he was going for the best available sort of thing there, but to me, maybe instead of Andrus, I would have looked for
panic pick.
Panic pick. Woo, Taylor. Hey, at least you covered literally almost every position with that.
Yeah, that's half why I picked him.
I mean, right? At least he'll fit in somewhere. Oh God. Okay, so we looked at heavy hitters. We haven't looked at Jose yet, I don't think. Let's look at Jets Infinity. He's been going young, but like, damn, I'm starting to like. Okay, so maybe this two shortstop thing or the two, like, I don't know. I mean, he's taking a bit of a chance on Sano. We do know that Jose likes to draft a bit young.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's interesting to note. But I'm curious if he's looking outfield here. But I do like this team. It's a little bit. I mean, again, that's kind of the risk you take when you've got young players like a Reese Hoskins or
Yeah,
Miguel
a lot
Sano.
of upside. This is a lot of upside,
Yeah,
but
with the Barrios, Ray, Buxton. I mean, still, I
I
guess
don't
you're.
know. I'd feel more comfortable if I had a veteran sprinkled in there.
I was gonna say, what's your known on this team, Lindor?
Yeah, and even then, is the power known? And he just
Okay,
went 8.5.
Hap. So more unknowns. Okay, so it's my turn to shit or get off the pot here. Let's see. What am I gonna do? Do ranks. Let's go back to ranks. We can look at pitching. I think. I think. This is a tough one. I'm really leaning pitching here.
Yeah, this is part of the draft where you're like, do I want to go this way? Do I want to go that way?
Yeah, this is like kind of that crucial point in your draft too, where you're like, I mean, it's not like a make or break pick, but you're kind of setting a tone. I mean, I don't even actually know what my team's looking like right now. Let me go back to that real quick. Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't have any more pitching yet. Okay, all right, that's definitely happening. There we go.
Okay, Luis Castillo. Yeah, I considered him.
Yeah. Well, when the Barrios went, like again, Barrios was a guy I definitely had targeted. Um, Fulmer, I mean, had he not been on Detroit,
Yeah.
maybe, like Sonny Gray, I think. I mean, again, he's kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say like, I mean, the lack of K's has always been sort of my steer clear of Sonny Gray thing,
Mm-hmm.
but sorry, Rumham. Yeah, everybody's loving this Luis Castillo, and I mean, what's really not to love in a lot of ways, but again, I'm not sure how much I love that as my number 2 starting pitcher.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be okay here. I think I know how to draft my way around this. What's that?
I'm not sure where that Mike Montgomery pick came from.
I think it was just the rankings, honestly. Maybe somebody just went ranks. I don't know. I really don't know. There goes Fulmer. Okay. Who haven't we looked at yet, team wise? I'd like to check in with everybody if we haven't.
We haven't looked at
Vandalay.
Pepsi Pete. We haven't looked at so yeah.
Okay, we'll start with Pepsi Pete. Ooh.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
like
of
that
power
offense.
right there.
I like that. That's all right, Pete. All right, I see what you're doing over here with that double E and the Nolan and Votto. That Nolan Votto thing is
Mm-hmm.
And then the Upton and Springer and then Hosmer on the I don't know, man. I mean the pitching, if he fills it out, that's a lot of offense though. That's a lot of offense. I'm liking that.
Yeah, it's good enough pitching for the offense he has.
Yeah, I like it. That'll play. And we know Pete can draft a team, so.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at Vandalay 69 here. 69. Buster Posey, Cody Bellinger, Murphy. A lot of what's nice here? There's a little bit of risk and a little bit of safe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's certain positions I'd prefer to see filled up right now, but I'm loving certain combinations of players at this moment on this team. The Betts Blackman combo is really good, and I love the Posey Murphy combo. Like,
those guys will hit for an elite average, and so will Blackman, and Betts should too.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a team I would draft. Just all average guys that hit for average.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's more of like a roto sort of setup. I'd still maybe like a safer ace than a Syndergaard, perhaps, but
Yeah.
all in all, not too bad, not too shabby. Okay, I think that means we've caught everybody. Hopefully, we'll keep looking around the league as we go. But
have we looked at heavy hitter? We've looked at heavy hitters, right?
yeah,
That's
pull it
LT.
up. That's LT.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've hit everybody. We'll kind of keep scanning around as we go. And like I said, if you're just joining us, this is round 8 of our first mock draft of the 2018 season, and we're just getting our feet wet, wetting our beaks, all that. Got a couple of addicts here. We got a couple of guys from 6-man rotation. Of course, I'm joined here hanging out with Andrew from 6-man rotation and Fantasy Aid. And if you want to hit up Andrew, catch some of his articles and stay in touch with what he's doing, right? You're on Twitter at Fantasy Aid and the number 1 at Fantasy Aid 1.
Yep.
Okay. I'll get a little housekeeping out of the way in that regard. And we'll keep making picks here.
Got 5 seconds on the clock for team
clock.
Yeah.
Right, clock winds down. I wonder if he stepped away or internet timed out. We got a lot of people. Oh, there's your Reyes.
But not a terrible pick, but he's shut down until at least May.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not all about taking guys coming off at least young guys coming off of TJ. I'd rather have a known commodity coming off of TJ if I'm going to take a risk on him in a redraft.
Right.
For instance, like Darvish coming off the TJ a couple years ago,
Yeah.
TJ's just, especially considering Reyes has like literally no track record. You know what I mean? He has a good prospect track record, but as far as like having shown us before what he does,
he had very small sample size before he went down.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're starting to get into the area where I'm going to start calling out. I'll probably call out a few of the guys I consider to be air quotes sleepers or value type. I don't know. I guess my value is different than James's value. When I start talking value, I'm talking about scrape the barrel value, like in an auction draft or something. I think I love James's like obvious value that like it's glaring you in the face. You've seen it before. You know it's there, but for whatever reason, you just walk right by.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're just like, nope. And then when you look at it, like take that second look, you're like, wait a minute, what was I doing? So exactly. I think my value is more just like, okay, all right, where am I going to get cute and get that like last player or last couple, like, ooh, got some value. Okay, Eaton, that right there is again, I don't know that I'd take him there, but Eaton, I think was he overlooked in the New Year's draft we did just a couple nights ago?
I believe he was. I don't think he was drafted.
Yeah, that everybody's stampeding to the waiver wire right now. Oh man, I saw you picked up a couple guys.
I was waiting for Shaw to go. I mean, I wanted to take
him. Yeah, you bastards. Yeah, I would have taken Shaw last pick. But I forgot that I had neglected to draft any other pitching besides Strasburg. I forgot I was filling out outfield.
I mean, if Lewis Brinson and Brett Phillips, work out, Milwaukee has a really great offense.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I just like Travis Shaw as a, story, from just as a player, and as a story. Obviously, his daughter has a very similar heart condition to the one I've got. Hits close to home, and just seems like an all around pretty good guy, sort of written off. I love how the Red Sox just wrote him off. Even Red Sox fans, I tried to trade him in our home dynasty leagues, like J Money and I think JD was in the league at that time. They wouldn't touch him, and I wasn't trying to sell him for much, but I was like, come on, he's your guy, And sure enough, they get rid of him, and then they need a third baseman, right? Luckily, they had Devers or Devers. I still don't know if it's Devers or Devers, by the way.
I think it's Devers.
Okay, again, pronunciation's not, maybe our strength here. We don't have a key or a guide in front of us. There goes Moose. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad value for
you
a Moose
wonder
there.
what team he's going to end up on.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been linked to any teams.
I'm trying to think if I've heard.
Yeah.
I also, just off the top of my head, I guess I can't think of any names I've heard, which is so fun. Okay, there goes Osuna. Okay, of course, it's Rasball taking all pitching.
Yeah.
All pitching. All right, nice pick there with Cole. Hopefully Cole. Well, I mean, I'd like Cole to get traded, but I don't know if I want Cole to go to the Yankees. I mean, I love how in the home dynasties.
Well, he get a ton of wins there.
That's true, but I don't know. Cole really hasn't. He had that sort of air quotes breakout year. Damn it. Damn it. All right, Rumham right there. I know Bogarts isn't everybody's favorite, but I actually really would have liked him there.
Yeah, shortstop starting to get a little thin.
Just a bit. Because I don't have one. So let me just scan around, see what's going on. You know what? At this point, I'm not worried about shortstop. This is not a pressing need for me. So I think I'm just going to keep going, doing what I'm doing. And I'm going to just take my sleeper pick. This is a guy again, I don't know how Miguel Cabrera does not have some sort of bounce back. I mean, come on. And yeah, Bogey would have been nice. I like him there. Especially because I don't have a shortstop. I mean, I don't know. Give me a second. Let me just look at shortstops just while I'm here. Come on. We're shopping, right? Yeah. All right. I'm not pissing in my fucking pants for any of this. So
yeah.
All right, Skip. Okay. All right. That's fine. Now, I mean, I guess let's consider some pitching while we're here. We're all looking around. Yeah. All right. You know what? That's it. We're going with the sleeper. Hoping for some rebound value here. I mean, I'm sorry. I know he's getting older, but I'm still taking him. I'm still riding Miguel Cabrera, the Hall of Famer, until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
I mean, literally last year's
the only problem is he's not surrounded as much by, Upton's gone.
That's true.
I mean he has Castellanos, but beyond that, there's really no one there in the offense.
Yeah, I've had him. I've had him when he's been on teams with no offense before. I mean, granted, that was way back with the Marlins, and that was a different scenario. But I still believe in the power that is Miguel Cabrera. I'll take that.
I mean, he's not done by a long shot. I mean, a talent doesn't just fall off like that.
Well, unless he's been on the wild turkey again. Yeah, there goes Naval. Yeah, Corey Naval's a nice pick. Definitely piece I'm looking at. I'm still I want to go relief pitching, kind of. But I still don't because it's a combo saves holds.
Yeah, that's why I haven't drafted one yet.
So yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think, it's always nice to have a closer, but again, being saves plus holds, you're going to find your holds. It's fine. It's fine. I'll keep building offense. Goodness gracious, though. There's been a good amount of Rumham served up in this draft. I'll give that much. It's pretty good. I like it. I feel like maybe this it's a nice little tiptoe into the water for a lot of us who maybe haven't done a ton of drafts yet, or just now started thinking about it.
Not going to be a shocker.
Okay. Yeah, you're Weaver. All right. I mean, you're really, really buying into this Weaver thing.
I mean, he had his strikeout rate was 10.7 last year.
Okay. But you're like, I mean, the innings.
Yeah, he's gonna have an innings limit. There's gonna be an innings limit at some point. There is that against him. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just curious because I want to make sure that there's not. I mean, again, that to me would be the biggest issue. Like, is he going to be there for me in the fantasy playoffs?
I think the limited throughout the year because of the depth the Cardinals have in their rotation. I think it'll be kind of spread out through the year. So if he does pitch well, they'll have him for the playoffs.
Well,
at least that's the way I envision it.
Now, are we talking about St. Louis playoffs, or are we talking about fantasy playoffs?
I'm talking St. Louis playoffs. You know, they make the playoffs.
Okay, so that's my concern. If they're not a playoff team, like they weren't, were not last year, really. Like,
right?
I mean, that's my concern. That Weaver would be then shut down when you need him the most, which is playoff.
And that's if they're not in the playoff picture, that's a definite impossibility. A little early for this guy, but well, no.
Now everybody's starting to sort of second guess their like mid-level, mid-round picks here. Like, well, I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, probably gonna regress. That's your buddy, right? From 6MR or one of your guys from Fantasy Aid.
I'll go with Albies here.
Oh! Hot tamale. Damn. All right. I would say early, but I was looking already. He's another nice, obviously. I mean, I don't even know if by the time the hype really gets rolling when people are actually drafting, I don't even think you could call him a sleeper anymore.
Probably not, no.
I mean, there's a few guys where like, the hype meter hasn't quite broken off yet. But yeah, Albies is he's a hype guy. I mean, he's a guy to be hyped too. Definitely a guy you.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna wow you with the power numbers, but it'll do.
You don't need him to. Yeah, you don't need him to for that. I mean, just not bad. And then again, Atlanta, especially if they make this trade with Miami and just beef up, like Atlanta's an up and coming team.
Mm-hmm.
Nice young guy to have on a good team. So, not bad there. Nice pick, Andrew.
I was debating another guy, but I think he'll fall to me. Might come up next time, so that's why I was debating between that one guy and Albies.
Okay. See, Jets just putting Guerrero.
He's not going to play.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine he's. Yeah, I can't imagine he plays this year. All right. You know what? I think. Ooh. See, this is where I'm like, this is another one of those picks, man. It's another one of those picks where I'm like, what am I doing? I do need a starting pitcher. I do need a couple of things. But I'm going to just kind of hope for a career year here and some flexibility. I'll go with my Nicky C.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Nicky C. I mean,
he does have good eligibility.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's not sexy, but that third and right, I'll take it. That's, for a bench player, not a bench player, but like a flex player, like, not bad. I still would prefer to be looking at some pitching here, but it's still just, And all right. So whenever you're in a draft and you're like, I don't really know, like, how am I doing? Or like, should I have done that? When you see people in the draft chat, like, damn, I lost a guy, or like, hey, nice pick. You're on the right track. You're probably doing okay, right? At least you took a guy that somebody else wanted. And so worst case scenario, maybe that wasn't the player to take at that juncture of the draft. You can reach out, make sure you remember, like, okay, I took a note in the draft, round 8, 9, 10, whatever. Wasn't sure about pick, such and such. But the other managers were like, oh, and then write down the names of those managers. Now like, okay, I really needed to take pitching there or something.
Yeah.
Go hit up those managers, see if you can get yourself a little trade, get what you need. Black Snake.
I'm not sure why Britton got picked. Britton's out. Yeah, I was just about to say he's out 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad Brock's their closer.
There goes the story. Tell me a story. Yeah. All right, that's no singing for me. Sorry. It's it's the coffee. It's late at night. I tend to get just a little goofy. Right? We're in those mid rounds of the draft. We're not slowing down. Nobody's bored yet. There's still plenty left on the table. But it's like it's like a multi-course meal. You got to take a breather, have that little aperitif, a little drink or something like that, kind of
right
in between, appetizers, salad, and the main course or something like that, right? Okay.
See, this is the part of the draft I don't like, because I look at the guys, especially if you sort about ADP. I'm looking at these guys like don't want him, don't want him, don't want him.
Yeah, ADPs. I mean, again, this is the issue with Fantrax and their sort of bizarre ranking system. Yeah, I mean, like Hamilton that early, whereas ADP is 61.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we talked about, are you comfortable taking Trey Turner in the first round with him being primarily, now granted, Trey Turner can hit 300. There's a big difference between that and Billy Hamilton.
And he can hit 15 to 20 home runs.
Right. So there's that big difference, but I mean, when you're talking about a one category contributor, oof. It's a little. I do like Billy Hamilton. I love slamming the stolen bases. Now, see, to me, if you've got whoever drafted D. Gordon, you have to take Billy Hamilton. Right there, you already own stolen bases. You know what I mean? Like that for me in any league, if you're getting D. Gordon or Billy Hamilton, just get them both. Do yourself the favor, and you might as well have 24,000 stolen bases with 2 players, okay? And then while you're at it, right, go out and get a couple of those other speed players that are coming up, right? Like
Albies or Marte or all those guys.
Hell, even a Rosario.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
All right, fine. I'm throwing my Rosario and then Rosario. And people go back and forth. I still think Rosario's not as bad as everybody wants to make it out to be. Everybody says
he's gonna be a fine MLB player. He's just not going to be a fine fantasy player.
Well, that's been said about many fine fantasy players. Obviously, way too early to even consider drafting a player like Rosario, though. I was just making a note of speed guys, to just.
And on the subject of Britton, because he said he'll take Britton for 6 months. I mean, Britton had the same injury as Ryan Howard had, and in the 10th round, when you have other elite, like there's still some elite RPs out there, and you're gonna go with a guy that's injured. Maybe we'll never get the closer role back, and maybe we'll never be the same again in the 10th round when you got elite guys like Raicio Iglesias, who's on my screen right now, or Cody Allen.
Yeah, there's too many other relief pitchers I'm looking at that are also younger. You know what I'm saying? Like Giles, Diaz. I mean, like you said, Allen. I mean, I think I definitely want to have Allen or Giles ahead of
or other guys like Miller, Bertances. Those guys haven't been taken yet.
Yeah, you don't draft and again, we're not crapping on you here, Tris. I'm just saying you don't draft an injured closer in a saves plus holds league.
Okay, there goes Andrew Miller.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just you know, you can get them. You can get them. You probably could have picked them up off the waiver wire, even. But
Yeah, I doubt anyone would. I don't think out of all the drafts I've been in, I don't think anyone's drafted him in the drafts I've been in. I've drafted actually 3 nights in a row. This is my 3rd night in a row drafting.
oh my god, wow, Andrew, putting us to shame there, bud.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of drafting. Full
And I
addict
thought I was
status.
gonna have less teams this year.
Right now, you're just
No,
like more than ever.
it's Fantrax, you know, not having the 8 limitation of Yahoo, you know.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Now, the more I think about it, this 8 teams might be more of a safety precaution.
Yeah.
Right? Like, don't overdo it, buddy. Don't get in over your head.
Yeah. That's why I didn't join. There's one on the 7th. I didn't join that one. I was like,
Okay.
I think I got enough teams now.
Well, that was what I was thinking about. Like, you know, because I knew you drafted last and I was like, hey, wait, I didn't hear the draft horn. Nobody sounded the draft horn. And so that's what we do, you know, fantasysportsaddicts.com or on Twitter at letter F, letter S, word double letter A, FSAA. We're always posting our, you know, like, oh my God, somebody's drafting. We're doing a draft. Here's the draft. You know, I'm working on the website. Hopefully I can get a draft calendar on there so we can actually schedule things. But basically Twitter, you know, I mean, if you're following any of our Twitter feeds, you know, you'll see the alerts, draft alert. We got a draft here. And yeah, Jose's saying he's starting to like Fantrax. I wanted to switch to Fantrax initially. There's still a few things, but what I actually do like, I mean, again, I'm still biased towards Yahoo. Yahoo's still the home, but with like a partial foot out the door. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because,
absolutely.
I mean, again, I like that Fantrax is only fantasy sports. You know, I mean, who knows? Like ESPN, they haven't done anything to their fantasy platform. ESPN's just a mess generally.
Yeah, I had
platform,
a public team on ESPN last year. I'm not even going to bother this year.
Nothing to see. Nothing to see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still default to Yahoo, but I mean, there's a couple of things. You know, Fantrax is still young and new in the sense that they're like, okay, well, what should we add? What should we do? Okay, there goes Sonny Gray. That's a nice pick. Even though it was an auto panic, right?
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, Jose's saying Yahoo's his main home. That's I think pretty much where most of us are at. But yeah, I think as Fantrax improves, there we go. Gaddis. It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's the auto guy.
Yeah.
At least the auto guy's going offense now.
I was gonna say, is that his first offensive player?
I believe so.
Wow.
Probably because all his pitching slots are filled.
All righty.
No, you got like Mayhew too.
Okay. Oh wow. Look at that team starting to come together. There we go. Woobity woo. It's quite a. Yeah. If Yahoo had a higher team limit, that'd be nice.
Yeah, maybe at least 10. You know.
I mean, yeah. I think if we're all being totally honest, there is no perfect fantasy platform. I think in theory, though, Fantrax really could be that sort of thing. I mean, they're looking for user feedback, community feedback, and the more of us that start making the switch over and as it grows in popularity, you know, I really do think they could have something here, you know? I mean, start getting a little more budget for development and just whatever. I mean, just look at this. I mean, again, we mentioned it earlier, but just look at the Ohtani factor. You know, where they've got Ohtani dual eligible, and Yahoo with all their money can't even get that right.
Yeah, I was distracted because I just got offered a trade in the league I drafted last night. Do you want to hear the trade?
Oh yeah, sure. What do we got? We got anything good or
my Justin Upton, my Brian Dozier, my Domingo Santana, and my Gene Segura for Craig Kimbrell. That's it.
What? So is that like, hey, do you need a closer? I'm guessing he's asking you if any of those players are available.
I'd hope so.
for the closer. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. He actually pulled off a different trade. I don't know if it got vetoed or not. I actually voted to veto it.
Really, you voted to veto? Well, was it
I
like
did.
was it total shenanigans?
Well, the trade was Noah Syndergaard and Yu Darvish for Carlos Martinez. So Syndergaard, Darvish for Martinez, and
I mean, yeah, like that's a bad trade. That's a ridiculous trade. But I mean, you know me, I have a pretty strong policy against vetoes of trades. Even
right.
like, I mean, again, like if you're stupid and you're an idiot, I mean, you're stupid and you're an idiot. A fool and his money are soon parted, right? But at the same time, you know, like I'd try to hear that trade out. I'd try to before I processed it as commissioner. I think I'd be like, dude, are you sure this is a trade you want to make? Like, reach out to the guy who's giving up Syndergaard and Darvish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you sure? Like, I mean, he could just be like a really rabid Cardinals fan, and he's willing to pay the price. Like, he doesn't. I mean, let's be honest. Syndergaard injury, Darvish roller coaster. At least last year for both of them. So I don't know. I could see some of the logic in explaining like injury risk. You know, I don't know what league it is you did. Was it a bunch of writers or?
No, it was just a rando league I joined.
Okay.
Oh, there's my draft horn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still hate vetoing trades. It's just kind of a policy. I know a lot of experts don't do that either. Like, I mean, if you screw up, you screw up. I mean, I still like to have the like, whoa, I didn't mean I accidentally hit yes or something. I don't know, but
Right.
yeah, I mean, if you know, if it's just that the guy's an idiot or you know the gal, I mean, you hate to see somebody get taken advantage of in a situation, but
Now here's a guy I knew would fall, and this is a guy that's gonna end up on a lot of my teams this year.
okay.
Carlos
Oh yeah,
Santana.
you like your Carlos Santana quite a bit. Quite a bit. Hmm. 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 Do we not have K's? Are K's not being counted here?
You mean for scoring?
Yeah, did I miss something? I swear I had this set up 6x6. There's that Gohara. Cubby's not going to like that 1 minute. Oh, boy.
See, I can check right now. League rules.
I mean, it should have been K's. I mean, K's were supposed to be.
Nope, there's no Ks.
Are you goddamn kidding me? Okay, so example. This is just an example, everybody, of why perhaps you might. Oh, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Here we go. All right. There we go.
Yeah, it's 6x5.
Really? Weird.
Yep.
Very weird. Okay, why didn't it? Okay. Okay, come on. This is really annoying, this player search feature. Thank you. I had it selected for starting pitching. You'd think it would narrow it down by starting pitching. Thank you. I'm drafting Danny Salazar. There we go, everybody. Now I'm going back to all players, and we'll go back to their ADPs. Just keep it like that for you guys. So, okay, there we go. I took a closer and a starter because I needed more pitching. And I don't know why Salazar is ranked so low in Fantrax right now. I know, you know, kind of the injury risk, but there's talk of trades to the Cubs even. There's things I like about. Yeah, I saw a little talk about that. I don't know if that's actually like apparently he's expendable. I don't know how or why, but
Well, I mean, he's so inconsistent. He can't pitch 5 innings. He'll get you 9 to 10 strikeouts per game, but he won't get you 5 innings because he'll run his pitch count so high.
Well, so he was probably a bad call, and this quality starts with no K's league. But
Yeah.
let's pretend that there's K's the way it's. So I did a fucking 5x6 setup somehow. I don't know how that happened. That's fucking ridiculous. But see, that's Fantrax. That's you go in, you go to set it up, you think you got all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and then somehow, and I was explaining this to the dude from Fantrax, like somehow it's like, wait, I didn't even see that, or I missed it, or like it's just it's either you don't see it when you set up the league, or it's real easy to gloss over it and make a mistake. And so that's why I'm saying at the beginning of the draft, give yourself some time to adjust. There's a learning curve when you switch to Fantrax from, ESPN or Yahoo. And it's just, there's a lot more options. It's more nuanced, and you just kind of have to take your time with it and be patient. And of course, I thought I was taking my sweet time and all that. Let me see if I can get in here. It'll probably like redo. Well, it won't redo the draft. It'll just like, oh, something's been changed.
Yeah, something that it'll say. Yeah, it'll say one thing. You press OK.
So let me see if I can like adjust while I'm looking here. I don't know what menu or what screen you guys are seeing. I don't know if you're seeing. Yeah, you're still seeing the draft in the Hangout. So hopefully you're seeing that in the live stream. While I just go through my commissioner options real quick. And of course, none of this is easy to find. Scoring, standings, and adjust. Okay, here we go. Nope, because that's like what scoring is already taken. That'd be like if I manually changed the scoring on your team or something. Which again, I don't know why don't even give me that option. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I get it. I guess if I had to, but like. I mean, for most basic leagues, that shouldn't even be an option.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, what am I missing here? This is totally bonkers. Okay, all options. This is really funny. I can't find where I need to do change the settings. See again. Fantrax just a little bit more complicated. So who we got picking right now, Andrew? You wanna?
We got Cubby Knoll just picked Odor.
Oh, he took some smellies, eh?
Yeah, you got Realmuto win. I believe the 5th catcher, 4th or 5th.
Okay, Realmuto's nice pick there. Nice, I'll take that. Now, scoring. Let me look at our scoring here, everybody. Okay, so the pitching stats I have. Yeah, so somehow it went 5x6.
Yep.
How did that even happen? Well, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it here. Sorry, everybody. I feel silly. Again, this is... All right, so let me do this. I'm going to cut away from the draft just for a second. I hope that's not disappointing to anybody. Hey, it's Tom again here. I'm going to share this with you. This is the commissioner settings. This is just like deep in the setup here for where you might find it. I had to dig around like really deep to find this in the commissioner settings, all options, and then it's like way deep in there. And then there's like all these settings on top of that. So hopefully you can see that just for a second. And what I'm going to do real quick, just get over here. And come on down. We're going to switch our pitching stats here. We're going to add Ks. So we're just going to whoop. Look at all of these stats you can keep. I mean, again, who even wants games finished? Like, what? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, games finished.
I'm actually in leagues where there's fielding that category.
Okay. Yeah, well, I could see a defensive category. Like that. I mean, if you want to get kinky, but I've always said keep it simple. You know? The simpler your league is, the easier it's going to be for people to keep up with. I know it's not maybe like, well, I'm a genius. And you don't need to be a genius to play
Yeah.
fantasy. You know what I mean? Like, and people are gonna have more fun. So here we go. Strikeouts pitched. Okay, add and save and continue. And so that'll like update the draft. So what I'll do is switch.
Yep, it just got updated.
Okay, let me switch to that screen. So here we go. We're going back. Give me 1 second. Screen share. Back to the draft, everybody. Here we go. And hopefully you're seeing that now. And there we go. So we're back. League configurations changed. You just hit OK. So we're back to the way we were.
Yep.
Back to the draft, except now, if we go look here to our pitchers, there we go. Now we get all the stats. Now we get full 6x6. Now you can see it all. There's the Ks. So, okay, so that's everybody who's maybe not in the Hangout, didn't see what I did. I'm just telling them here in the chat. I have no idea why K's. All right, so that's the other thing I noticed last night, or not last night, for New Year's Eve, the draft we did. The default settings, the default Fantrax settings, there's no runs scored, and there's no Ks collected. Why would you keep track of starting pitch? Why would you keep track of any pitching without strikeouts?
Yeah.
And why would you keep track of offense without runs?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me. You know, I'm old fashioned. I'm like back of the baseball card stats guy. But so here we are. Okay. Now, did somebody auto pick? Okay. Taiwan.
Yeah, he's been auto picking lately. I think he stepped away.
Do I need to put
I don't know. He's talked in chat before, like, oh man, they picked this guy for me. But so far, I think he's auto picked like 5 times in a row.
Okay. Well, I can see here. I can set him to auto pick, but I don't want to do that until I know he's, either gone or coming back. Okay, yeah. So everybody's wondering like what happened. That's kind of the cool thing. All right. So what we just witnessed here, this updating of the league or the draft and the league, mid draft. That's one of the things that's nice about Fantrax that you're not going to see, obviously, with Yahoo and some of these other sites. Like, I mean, I just went in and added a stat category, and like if I try to do that on Yahoo, first of all, Yahoo would already have Ks, but like, if I went in and did that, I wouldn't be able to. It'd be like, you can't do that once the draft has already started, once the season's begun in that sense. So back to my ADPs here. ABCD ADP.
Trying.
There goes Betances. Betances in your pantses.
So Cubby's got Miller and Betances.
Okay, nice. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of setup.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, if you can pair that combination anytime, like, might as well, right? Go ahead. Help yourself. All right, so Dad Sox is he's out. Thanks for joining us, Dad Sox. And if you are just joining us, I see we've got 8 people hanging out. We're not necessarily paying attention to the live chat, but hopefully you are enjoying the live stream and the draft. We are Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. Our website's fantasysportsaddicts.com. I'm joined by Andrew, the other voice you hear. That's Andrew from Fantasy Aid at FantasyAid1 on Twitter. And, of course, he writes for 6-Man Rotation. Check them out. Read some great articles. Here we are. We're round 13, just kind of, mudging our way through, middle of the draft, literally.
Got one article coming up I couldn't resist, Okay. It's going to be called Azuna Matata. Couldn't resist.
Azuna Matata. Because you got your Ozuna.
Yeah.
Right? Definitely a Have I said yet? because that's my thinking sound. Golly, I really don't know how I feel about taking a stab at a David Price. I really don't. I mean, if we're looking at ranks here, just straight up ranks again, they're so biased by our la-di-da. You know what? I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I'm going with the breakout. Even in the Colorado, whatever, I'm going with it. Yeah. I'm going with the gray. I want
I was thinking about him.
I want some grade A's. You know what I mean? I'll get at least some quality starts and some K's. He'll make up quality starts where Danny Salazar crapped out and got the bed in the fourth inning or something.
Oh man, Mancini sniped.
Mancini. Was that all right? Now, were you looking at Mancini right then? Would you have taken Mancini with your
right
picks?
at that pick?
Okay. I just think it's so funny that, like, again, the home leagues, I could not give away Mancini. I literally could not give him away last year. I ended up dropping him and redrafting him, like in the 6th round, like the last round of our drafts or something. And I mean, again, nobody jumped on him. I was like, hello, somebody, hello, nobody. So everybody's got their Mancini crush. But all right, do you think we've seen the best of Mancini? Will we get more than, like, relatively good production? And I mean, are we plus 25 home runs here? Or
I think 25 to 30 is reasonable.
Okay. And roughly the same amount of, runs, RBI, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So all in all, not a bad mid-round, mid-value pick there. There goes Inciarte. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Little, again, one of these, that would probably be a value pick, I think, maybe in Cubby's world. I don't know for sure or for fact. But again, easily overlooked, playing for Atlanta. But, hits for average. Get you some stolen bases, get you some runs. Improving offense, obviously. So Inciarte, we hardly knew you. Oh, yeah, Cubby and I were talking about the D-backs Shelby Miller trade with Atlanta a couple years back. And just how, like, absurd, and how, like, at the time I kind of allowed it. And I still, in theory, don't hate it. Because the jury's still out on, obviously. Okay, Robertson, nice pick there.
Yeah.
Jury's still out. Yeah. But just Inciarte straight up for Shelby Miller, we already lost the trade. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I was saying this about Shelby Miller. If somehow he just, like, spends, like, again, coming off the TJ, if he just spends, like, the entire year in the minor leagues just refining his mechanics, finding his, stuff again, and, like, just finding confidence. I mean, I don't even want to see him at the major league level. And then maybe next year there's some discussion like, okay, let's see how he did in AAA, whatever. And maybe that's a salvageable deal. But my God, even just Inciarte straight up is like, oops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm reading here, like, D-backs looking for outfield depth. First of all, I didn't realize that. Second of all, I'm not sure why. Third, I'm like, well, that's why you don't get rid of Inciarte. And that's why you always leave a note. Okay, so we got...
What? They got David Peralta. They got AJ Pollock.
Pollock.
Who's the other guy?
Well, they bump Owings around out there. Conforto, very nice fucking pick there. LT.
I was thinking about him. I was just worried because it said he's not going to be ready for opening day.
Yeah, but that's a guy I'll wait on. And with that left, center, right, I mean, who cares? For me, I've already got my outfield filled up. Like, that right there was a nice pick.
Yeah, I mean, if he comes back fully healthy, even if it's in May, yeah, I mean, with the eligibility, you can put him anywhere in the outfield.
Yeah. Okay, we got
There
birdies a
goes
tweeting
Greg
here.
Bird, homer pick.
Birdies a tweeting. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is tough. This is really tough because I want to I really want to throw this one. God. Do I do it? What do I do? What do I have here? Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to back myself up. I'm going to get a little... I'm talking myself out of it. See, this is what happens. Now you get to hear it live. You get to hear Tom, him and Ha about what do I do? What do I do? Because again, these are projected, these points here that they're basing all this on are all projected too. That's kind of what's problematic about going off the ADP and the rankings and all this and that. You're like, oh man. But I think what I'm doing here. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm playing the homer again. I'm taking B-Rad just because I love the guy so much. I passed over 3 players I know I needed and are going to be gone by the time they get back to me. That was a really stupid move. Thank God it's a mock draft.
Yeah.
Oh man. I actually still hope in some regard that maybe a trade is made for the Diamondbacks. There's talk of Corbin. There's still some talk of getting rid of Zach Guacky or Guacamole. If we do get rid of him, that'd be Cartwheel City for me. But
I mean, he was decent last year.
Yeah, but it's just the money thing. And it's just like a bad investment for a team that. I mean,
a team that doesn't pay out a ton, I guess. Yeah, I had them spending money this year, not knowing oh wait, we're they're a playoff team, and no, we don't want to improve, even though the Dodgers are in our division.
Yeah, no, our owner's a cheap bastard, and this is the highest payroll the team's ever had. Well, it's also worth $500 million more than it was last year. So
yeah,
don't give me this. Don't give me this. I mean, honestly, the Diamondbacks, if nobody went to any of those games, literally, if the stadium was entirely empty, they played in front of no one. They make enough money from the TV and the league sharing revenue that they can more than cover the cost of the players. There's no reason they can't afford. And again, when you're only going to spend so much, you don't blow that. You're a mid-market team, you don't blow that money on a 34-year-old pitcher like that.
Yeah.
Or however old Greinke, when we signed, what was he, 33, 32? I don't know. But I mean, the dude's as old as I am. He's older than dirt. I mean, that's it. Show's over, folks. Pack it up. Go home. I mean, there's still some life left in Greinke. Don't get me wrong, but if we're talking about how we're going to spend our money, if you asked any Diamondbacks fan, or say you asked all the Diamondbacks fan, I would say probably 9 out of 10, maybe 9.5 out of 10 would tell you, let's see, we're going to spend $200 million on a player. You have your choice. We're going to spend it on Zach Greinke or we're going to spend it on JD Martinez. Everyone says JD Martinez. That 9.5 player, 9.5 fans is all we want to see. The dongs. This is Arizona. It's a very passive market for everything, not just sports. But yeah, I mean, home runs put butts in seats. I mean, originally we won with pitching back in 2001, but people want to see the ding dong when they pay so much money to go watch,
right.
Watch a game. They want to see the ding dongs. And let's be honest, this is Arizona. You got a Hispanic last name, it's going to sell. That's just economics and obvious. I mean, come on. Who's going to be more appealing to the fan base here? A guy named Martinez or a guy named Greinke?
Yeah, a guy that'll play every day or a guy that'll play every 5 days.
Well, and not only that, is the absolute face of the franchise, but has nothing to he hides from he's just
he's an introvert.
And there's no, I mean, again, but JD Martinez, you saw him out there last year having fun with Pollock, and fun with and that's what was surprising. Fun with Goldie. Like Goldie's like so stoic. It's like, does he even know what fun is? You know? But there are smiles on everybody's faces, and I mean, I don't know. Like to me, it's a no-brainer. Like really, what I would have loved to have seen is keep Greinke and re-sign JD Martinez, but they don't want to win.
That's what I predicted, but looks like they're not even in the conversation.
They don't even care. Well, the other thing I heard this. All right, so this is one of the things we'll talk about this another time. Cubby and I were talking about this morning too. When you hear a team saying we're happy with what we have going into the season, or we're comfortable with what we've got going into the season, when they say that about a given position or anything generally, that vote of confidence means ring the fucking red alert bell, ring the alarm, because that player or that position or that coach about gone, not good. It's a disaster. Run screaming, head for the hills.
That's what the Cardinals have said the last 2 years, in the offseason. We like what we got, and look where that got them.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. So, I mean, yeah, when we're saying, like, look what the catching is for the Diamondbacks. It's like Jeff Mathis, I think, and Chris Herman, a player. And I'm sorry, that's just not going to get the job done. Like, if it's Mathis for like defensive purposes or game calling purposes, like dealing with Greinke, fine. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to sit there and try to sell a fan base. Like when you're saying we need a long-term upgrade and short of that, we're not going to budge on catching. You let those players go away already. That was the beef. That was Ionetta last year, Yeah. So, I mean, it's classic D-backs, upper management. I mean, it's a joke. I'm sorry. Like, it's why I'm such a critical fan of the Diamondbacks. Everybody's like, aren't you a D-backs fan? I'm like, yeah, but no.
It's not too dissimilar from the Cardinals because, the Cardinals traded for Marcell Ozuna.
Right.
But their payroll hasn't gone up. It's not like Ozuna's costing a ton of money right now. True. He's still in, arbitration. And they traded away Piscotty, which saved them some payroll.
Well, but that was also like a goodwill gesture.
Well, yeah. I mean, they didn't have room for him and for his mom. Yeah. I mean, it's a good story and all, but I'm just saying they really haven't added to their payroll despite the TV deal.
I would say the difference in this situation, there goes that Billy Hamilton, that wascally Billy Hamilton. I would say, excuse me, that horn is loud. Okay. All right. Pieces I like are right in front of my face here. So now I can comfortably say that it's okay. I'm going to take my Desmond here. There we go. Okay. Little flexibility, backs me up in left field because we know cesspool is kind of a question mark. Mm-hmm. And hell, Desmond might even pick up some right field eligibility with Cargo. And I mean, again, Colorado's outfield is far from set. Their first base situation's not set.
Right. Well, from my videos,
most likely going to be Desmond.
But
yeah, there's options. I mean, that's
go with one of my favorite sleepers on my next pick.
Altair. Oh no. Okay, I thought it was you.
No, I'm not. Altair. Yeah, I'm not up
yet. Back to your point though, real quick. Oh yeah, you are on the clock now. To your point, real quick about the Cardinals. The difference I think between the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks would be that your Cardinals have something left in the farm system. I mean, our farm system is in that early stages of being replenished. Yeah. Ours is just now starting to be replenished. Like we've got like basically stuff from like last year's draft and a couple of international signees that are like, okay. Let me tell you how you forgot about Jake Lamb. He can't hit lefties and he might be platooned. I hate to say it, but that's why you forgot about Jake Lamb. I mean, again, I like Jake Lamb. The average was fairly sustainable for most of last year. Obviously, the power's nice, but again, until you can consistently or like actually hit left-handed pitching at all, he's got to be a platoon.
I mean, at this point in the draft, I'll buy a David Price bounce back.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at Price. It's just the division that's so like, you know.
Yeah, but Sale did fine.
That's true, but that's Sale, and
Just yeah.
we're talking Sale versus Price. There's an age difference there. There's a size difference. There's a stuff difference. There's a my goodness, that was loud. My goodness. Okay. I mean, I know we're talking net saves holds here. Still looking kind of like maybe.
Yeah, that's one of the guys I picked. The guy I picked, Josh Hader. I love him. That I don't.
Yeah.
They don't know if he's going to be a starter or a reliever next year. But even if he's going to be a reliever, he's going to get 100 Ks because he can pitch multiple innings and he strikes out a ton of guys.
Yeah, not bad. God, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I want to do it. He's too unproven. You know what I'm gonna do? Fuck it. I'm paying for a catcher here. It's time.
Mustin Ramos. Okay, yeah. I looked at
Ramos.
I looked at him because I don't have a catcher yet.
Yeah, I like Ramos. I mean, again, still a little bit, still got youth on his side. He's on the right side of 30. I mean, not a really super friendly offense, Tampa Bay, but
yeah.
Right.
But I mean, catching, you got to take what you can get.
Well, and it sounds like they're going to DH him more than have him behind the plate. So, or I would assume that's their plan. And if he's not, again, Daisy's not behind the plate, who else are they going to put at DH? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
these value pick Cubby Knowles got.
Yeah, let's see. Willie Calhoun. See, he went upside instead of value. And that's actually a really nice. I mean, that's a nice rookie sleeper guy. Absolutely.
Yeah, he is.
I really like. I mean, again, Calhoun was one of my guys. I mean, I was like begging and pleading with people to take a second look at the waiver wire in some of our leagues last year. Like, hello, prospects, like really good ones. Everyone's not looking at, and like I have no room. Like, please, someone. And finally, like I found room and stashed him and ended up having to trade him away. But, oh man. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that Calhoun.
I do too. Yeah, he was in my original sleeper videos for this year.
Okay. Yeah, dude's like impossible to get out. Never strikes out, always puts the ball in play, hits for average. And he's got like really nice power. Not necessarily going to run a lot or at all, but I mean, his only knock would be defense. And so that's why he's a corner outfielder probably. And, that's
well, fine. And Texas didn't need middle infield.
Well, yeah, with Odor. Although maybe that's a sign they don't necessarily believe in Odor. They've always got him as a backup flexibility.
Well, I mean, didn't he have like the lowest OPS for a guy that hit over 30 home runs like ever?
Yeah, that's pretty. I forget. Oh, somebody else did a comp on. Maybe it was Keith. I think Keith did a player comp on him with the OPS and the 30 home runs, and it was just like, wow. He said, like, I think he was comparing him to a player from like the 1915s or so, the 19 teens, and I'm like, wow. That's how unlikely it is for that kind of power in them.
Oh man, that auto draft, I wanted Peria. I've been drafting Peria a lot lately, actually.
Okay. Now has he still been auto picking or?
Yeah, he's still been auto picking.
Should I just put him on auto then?
Yeah, I mean his brother left, so.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put him on auto pick. That's AT Bulia. Always auto. Yeah, okay. Okay, so a couple people went to all. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we got the auto draft set. I don't know. I guess auto draft must have turned off. My pards, begging my pards. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. There we go. Nice Blake Snell there, Cubby.
Yeah.
What? Ooh, can't you smell that Snell? Yeah. Snell of it surrounds you.
I love Blake Snell for a breakout this year because the pitching prospects always struggle early on, but then they'll figure it out. Like Jose Barrios finally figured it out. I think that's going to be Snell this year.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely like some Snell. And of course, Bronson's got him. Like, hey, Bronson, you gonna try to like win? How about not suck? You've got players that are good. Use them. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know about my choice of a catcher there. Well, I can live with that. Let's see what else we got. Let's just do a little spin around the ADP here. All right, Polanco, Gregory Polanco. Look how his rank's trash, 432.
Yeah.
I mean, last year you were big on Polanco. Where are you at on Polanco now? What's the temperature in the room say about Polanco?
Caution is optimistic.
Okay.
I want to chalk it up to injury so bad.
Okay.
I mean, he was injured a lot last year.
Right.
So, I mean he's still young. I still believe that there is upside there, but I'm not as like biggest fan like I was last year.
Right. Okay, I went with Bell there. Ugh. Can't believe I still don't have a shortstop. Although when you're in this far without a shortstop, right?
Yeah.
You're not like at this point where's the fire? But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us again. Feel free to skip ahead for fantasysportsaddicts.com. But yeah, skip ahead to the end if you want. Watching this after the fact. I mean, again, these are the middle to late rounds. We've got 26 rounds total, so there's still about 8 picks to go.
Yeah.
So, it's just kind of cruising along. It's not the fastest draft, not the slowest draft, but feel free
A
to skip ahead.
sleeper catcher.
Alfaro, yeah, not bad. Not bad.
I think you'll go relief pitcher here.
Okay, yeah, I'm curious to see who you take here.
Mm.
You can hear the wheels turning, the gears are grinding, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the Jeopardy music for draft decisions one of these days. Like, oh, I don't know.
I like Herrera for a bounce back. I'll take him.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
He's gonna play on a team that's absolutely awful this year, but
Right. Yeah, he's still got a lot of potential for Ks, so.
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, nice and loud. Okay. So you got a little pat on the back for the Alfaro pick. Not bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. All right, fine. Okay. Now I've got it. Now I've got 2 closers, 2 known closers. I'll take a chance with that.
I like Margot this late.
Yeah. Manuel Margot. Again, the Rockies, well, having formerly been a Rockies player, like they've just always had like these outfield like Gems. And they're always waiting for Dahl.
Yeah.
Dahl. Right? Like, think about that. Like, Dahl. Are we actually going to see David Dahl this year?
I
The
mean,
great white whale of fantasy baseball
yeah.
dynasty player, right? Like, David Dahl. Will we see him this year? Who knows?
It says on January 4th news he will begin swinging a bat in the Rocky Spring Training Complex in Arizona.
Yep. Actually, I
But
can
he
go
would
up the road
carry
and watch that.
health in 2018. He says he feels great, has no issues, completely healed, feels strong, ready for spring training to prove to everyone that I'm ready.
If he gets a job out of spring, that's really nice.
The outfield spot's open.
I'm just not ready to like anoint him. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, he had a really good cup of coffee, a really, really good cup of coffee, but we haven't seen anything in over a year.
Right. And the injury history is so long at this point. I mean, I think 2 years ago we were asking about, as a prospect, is his injury history too serious to like, seriously consider him as a prospect? And we're like, no, 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 because it's all been a different injury, and but it just seems like he's one of those guys where it is a different injury every time, and it just keeps racking up.
Yeah, last time it was his ribs.
I mean, he's had like all kinds of injuries, like literally like almost everything under the sun, like weird issues.
Yeah, I mean, he's had pancreatitis or whatever in the minor leagues.
Yep. Ah, Cubby. A little rum ham there. Winky stinky, huh?
Man, I can't believe I forgot about him.
That's not bad though. Not bad. Definitely.
I do have him in one league, but man, I gotta write my sleepers down, like, because I forget about them.
Right. Well, we're still early yet. I mean, we're not.
Yeah.
That's the point of this draft. We're not married to these teams. We're just kind of. It's just a little mock and a sock. We're just making a little mess. Like oopsie.
Right.
Look at this. Look at my choice for shortstops right here. I mean, this is like literally like.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. It sucks.
I mean, at least take a guy with stolen bases. I mean,
yeah, I think
Simeon or Anderson.
Yeah, I think I can live with it. I mean, there's going to be obviously shortstops that pop up, so I'm not totally
Kind of like DeHung did last year.
Mm-hmm. So okay, Peraza. You know what? Nah, I'll take Peraza. We called him a sleeper last year. And,
maybe we were 1 year early.
I think we end up that way a lot of times. I don't want to get. I don't know. What do we want to? Can I put him at utility? No. I guess I have to put him. I have to put him at shortstop until I draft a bench player. So that's the other thing that you can do that's nice in Fantrax. See this? We can like switch our players around. Like, oh look, here's Miguel Cabrera, but instead I want him at my first base slot. So that's kind of one of the nice things about Fantrax that you don't see on Yahoo or Well, maybe you do on ESPN. Do you see that on ESPN? It's been so long since there we go. There's LT with his haze.
Yep.
Who? Nobody say anything anymore. And then Honeywell.
Sleepers, that's who I was thinking about when in first base job.
Yep.
With Colorado.
I feel like that's a bit aggressive for them to do. Just turn it over right away. That's a lot for a team that was a playoff team essentially last year to like just hand the keys to Dahl and McMahon, even though they're like, I still feel like there's a year rental. You rent a player for a year and then like ease them into the position. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, McMahon hit 377 in AAA last year. Now it was the Pacific Coast League. but I mean,
That's a
still,
big factor, though. That's a huge factor. I mean, don't discount that as a factor. I mean, it's pretty inflated.
yeah.
Um,
But even in triple A, double A, he had 324
okay.
before he came to the Pacific Coast League. I mean, and he has that prospect pedigree from way back in 2015, 2016.
All right, fine. You know what? Since we're all talking Rockies, and let's just do it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it. There we go. I'll take some Dahl.
Oh, yeah.
The white whale. I'm chasing a whale. I'm whaling. Whaling on the set. Okay, so all right, yeah. See, this is where we start like digging around a little deeper. We're like, okay, wait a minute. There's still Jackie Bradley out here. There's still Hunter Renfroe. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, there's still a lot of players that are, and it's just a lot of this. You're gonna see this, like, ooh, what's going on here? Because of the odd rankings that
Mm-hmm.
Fantrax is going to give you, unfortunately. So, you know, if you're new to that, just buckle up, be patient, search through, try your ADP. If that's not giving you what you want, search by position, or, you know, break it down even further if you can. Yeah, okay, and we got Tapia out here too still. Like, God, yeah, Rockies
Yeah.
with their like outfield is just,
Yeah, even with Carlos Gonzalez gone, it's still a lot of guys.
well, that's a lot of mouths to feed. You know what I mean? And it's just they're asking a lot out of young players if they're really just going to give it to them like that. Although, see that, all right, that would be my reason why they're not. I mean, look how heavily they just invested in Wade Davis. I mean, that was a lot of money for a closer.
Yeah, definitely.
And so to me, that says not necessarily just handing the keys to a kid. You know what I mean? Not to say that like McMahon's not going to be like literally barging down the door,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, to me, you like re-sign a Mark Reynolds and then ease McMahon in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. But
Or you re-sign an outfielder for a year and then use what's his name at first,
Ian
and
Desmond.
yeah, use Desmond there and kind of ease in. Somebody's got to get eased in.
I mean, Story didn't get eased in.
True, but they thinking, did they have any other options at all?
Not particularly. I don't think so.
Well, all right. So the franchise has a willingness to put young players in, you know, high leverage situations. So that's okay. Yeah. All right. Point for Andrew's side there about rookie starting out of the gates. It's just so rare, though. You know, I mean, you think about all
Yeah.
these hot prospects where they're like, you know, we always have to wait forever.
Yeah, usually have to wait for Super 2, but he's already played since he was a September call-up last year. Now, he batted 182 and like 10 at bats, but
Right.
since he's already been up, that's why I think he might win the first base spot, because he's already been up. He's already gotten a little taste. Now, he didn't play well, but he got a little taste of Major League.
Well,
And
so
they do
that's,
have a hole at first.
I was gonna say that's exactly why we saw like Hayes and McMahon back to back essentially, like we had there. Both of those players are similar situations, like high power upside, just good production, probably hit for a good average. You know, players you're gonna want on your fantasy team, but Baltimore could go out and sign another outfielder. Colorado could go out and sign or do whatever they do. You know, I mean,
Definitely, yeah.
so that's why I hate just like totally anointing a rookie, and that's why I almost hate hyping them before we know that it's time to unleash the hype. You know, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I mean, but you got to get him before the hype.
right. Well, that's why I don't want to hype them. Stop talking about it. Everybody, stop talking about these. Everybody, shut up. Oh God. Okay, so, ooh, I mean, this is like this is where I'm looking. Okay, I'm looking for probably pitching, just based on my offense, right? We're looking around, looking around. We need some saves plus holds here. Let's look. I don't really need saves plus holds, but what I really wish I could search like was Ks per nine. So that's the other thing you don't get here. You don't get an innings pitched, so you can like just sort of do the mental math of Ks per nine in your head.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I maybe tell Fantrax to consider making a change to, just so you can make that quick head math. Like if I'm not going to be able to do it, by stat, I don't know. Anyways, okay. Now I'm just really just wasting time here. And none of this. Look at all this garbage. I mean, there's names that you'd pick through, but like so much later. And I'm sure what's going on in here is there are things I want. Do you know what I'm saying? There's something very delicious like lurking in here. And because it's buried and because I haven't set a queue because I'm the one sharing the draft and everything, right? I'm gonna miss it. I'm going to miss it. Okay, let's just get in here. ADP, quit wasting time. Okay. Took another outfielder. Why not?
I mean, he's good for steals.
Yeah. Kind of needed some stolen bases, but see, here we go. Now I'm already seeing names that I was really should have been paying attention to. I told you I'd miss it. I told you. That's all right. It's all right. It's a mock draft, everybody. We're just getting our feet wet. So, okay, yeah, there's a lot of like fringe, but not bad fringe. Piscotti, yeah, I mean, there's stuff I like here. Yeah, there goes Clevenger. Morrow, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposedly the heir apparent to be closer.
Yeah, which I guess that seems to be the leading candidate. It just still seems like they'd want. I mean, I'm surprised. Like, obviously, Wade Davis chased the money.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Morrow or maybe Carlos Edwards Jr., but I think it's going to be Morrow.
Yeah, it's just being the Cubs. I'm almost surprised though that there's not a more. Well, NASCAR should be a factor. He will be a factor, but he's probably more like the Archie Bradley. Like he's the eighth inning, the seventh or eighth inning guy. You know what I mean? Like again, your best reliever isn't necessarily your closer anymore. That's why we're doing the whole combined saves holds thing.
Right.
So yeah, well, Carl Edwards Jr. or whatever is, somebody you probably want to draft, especially in a combo league where you got saves and holds or saves.
Yeah,
plus holds.
I have him on my team.
Okay, yeah, and I took him. I forget which draft it was. I've taken him a couple times, but yeah, just being the Cubs, I'm almost shocked that there's not. I mean, Holland's still out there, right? Like just the names that are. He's probably. I guess Holland would be of free agent names. I can't think of a better name.
That's because all the better names have signed already.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of Holland, I'll take a flyer on it. He could go somewhere. You know what I mean? He could take a cheap 1-year contract somewhere, like, and actually end up like doing something decent. Yeah. See, now the draft's speeding up because we got a lot of autos. But
I like the Cisco pick.
Yeah, Cisco's. I mean, if you've waited this late for a catcher, taking a catcher like that, a prospect with offensive upside, you're really not. You're not taking any risk at all at that point. Like, ooh, yeah, because you're gonna find a catcher out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And
surprised Piscotti got drafted. I mean, Oakland not the friendliest hitting park, and he
but
more than sucked last year.
yeah, I still think the change of scenery, like maybe just being around family, all that sort of, like to me,
Yeah, I mean,
that's the kind of thing that factors
he'll
in.
be the hometown kid.
Yeah, I think those are the sorts of intangibles that I think really factor into a player's. I mean, there's a lot to be said for a change of scenery sometime, especially in a situation like that where you're going home. You're going to be near your sick
Yeah,
family member and like you're near your hometown. Like, there's a lot of factors that would, you know, I guess be friendly towards his success.
yeah. I mean, you know me. I was a Biscotti fan way back.
Oh yeah,
A
when he was a
huge
prospect.
Biscotti fan. Yeah.
So yeah, we're around 23, still a few picks left. Winding her down. If you're
With the
just
Waka
now,
Waka.
there you go, yeah. Waka waka. If you're just now joining us, we're obviously winding down, but you can always watch it after the fact, skip ahead. We're Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous, fantasysportsaddicts.com. Of course, I'm hanging out with Andrew. That's the other voice you hear.
Hey.
And he's from Fantasy Aid 1. He also writes for Six Man Rotation. Check him out. Get some good fantasy baseball and dynasty articles.
Yep, we're definitely ramping up our fantasy baseball content since it's the off
time.
season. Yep.
I was gonna say, and you and Reese, you got your prospects, so good place to go if you wanted to talk prospects. I mean, very nice website. Now, okay, so I've got a pick. You know what? On the offhand chance he signs cheap with the Cubs, I can get some cheap wins. Taking Alex Cobb.
Yeah. Nice pick.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's nothing to really write home about. I have no idea how he was asking for $20 million a season. I mean, get out of town.
Yeah.
But if he's on the right team, he's actually kind of intriguing. But yeah, I'm not gonna. Who is the D-backs closer? Actually, I don't think it's Archie Bradley. James is saying it's Archie. I don't think it's Archie. There goes Ika. Fuck off. I don't think it's Archie Bradley automatically. I still think he wants to start. I would give him the chance to start. The only thing is you can't risk his confidence because his confidence as a setup guy or even as a closer, if that's the case. I mean, that's the key. I mean, he lost his confidence after he got blasted in the face, and look how long it took for that to get him back, for him to get it back. So, I mean, it's one of those things you got to balance out, like what's right for the player versus what's right for the team versus, again, sometimes just because a player wants to do something doesn't mean they should do something. I mean, think about like Madison Bumgarner riding a dirt bike on his off day. Well, maybe not the best option there. There's a lot of players that like want to do stuff that their teams are like, no. Like who was it? Was it Thor last year? Or was it DeGrom? Who was it with the elbow that was like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, might have been him.
Was it Thor? It was one of the Mets pitchers. I forget if it was Thor or DeGrom. And like he'd left like the game or something. Like he didn't go on the DL. He should have gone on the DL, and they took his word for it. He's like, no, I'm fine to pitch. And then like immediately comes in and has trouble, and like that's it. I think that was Thor. But yeah, so I mean, again, that's a case of a team listening to a player very foolishly, like, yeah, we'll buy that. Okay.
Like starting pitchers, I'm not liking anybody I see.
Yeah, for starting pitching.
Yeah.
I know there's something out. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something out there. I'm just not finding it. And of course, as the clock approaches, of course, and that's the other thing is I'm sharing the screen for everybody, so I can't like. I mean, I suppose I could. There's not really any secrets. It's not like I'm gonna. Oh wow, a player no one's ever heard of. You know what I mean? I ain't rewriting fantasy here and showing you something you haven't seen. So, but yeah, just kind of quickly rolling through here.
Yeah, I haven't had a Q either the whole time. I've been flying without it.
Well, I was gonna say ideally in a draft. This is a relatively shallow draft, so there goes training. But yeah, in a relatively shallow draft, I don't think you need to necessarily have a Q that you know you don't have
Yeah.
to. But okay, there's Folty. Yeah, I don't love any of this. I mean, you'd have to think, okay, here's another option here for the closer in Chicago. I mean, you have to think Cishek's at least in the mix there with his closing experience, obviously.
Well, I mean, his closing experience. He's second for Seattle.
Well, last year, yeah, but I'm talking about back when he was with like Florida.
Okay.
I mean, he was successful when he was with Florida for the most part. God, see, like, okay, this is probably where now I hate the fact that I'm on the clock because it's really not ideal to start searching through here. That's some interesting stuff there, but yeah, you can hear the frustration, the like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I mean, golly, there's a lot here that I'm like,
This is why I kind of went pitching early with Scherzer at pick number 13, just because of how
yeah, I'm gonna
icky
want to
pitch
see.
hits.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna want to like revisit this as we go throughout the season because I don't feel like I've got a very, especially if we're drafting more Fantrax, I don't feel like I've got a very lovely grasp on this at the moment. Because yeah, I'm trying to think. Like I can't. I've got. Yeah. See, there we go. It's like telling me to hurry up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Da-da-da-da-da.
let's just. It really doesn't matter. Whatever. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. I was trying to think. Oh, yeah, now I know who I was thinking of. Of course. Of course. Of course. After, yeah, okay, because I'm like scanning through, looking for a name. No name, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
good thing it's mock.
Yep.
Yeah, there's that Colorado bullpen again. How do you feel about Nick Williams here? I mean,
I like him. I like him. I don't think he's a huge power guy. I think he's 20 home runs, something like that. But if the Phillies offense is as good as I think it's gonna be, he'll get the counting stats.
okay. He was one of those guys that sort of fell out of favor in terms of prospect status.
Mm-hmm.
But then actually had pretty nice numbers when he got called up last year.
He did, yeah.
So, and I was actually right about the time he got called up. I think I had literally just read an article, something to the effect of like, once great prospect, now, Nick Williams is miles away from the major leagues and nobody knows what went wrong and yada yada, and like the next thing you know, he's up and he's hitting. So, I mean, that just goes to show
Apparently,
you.
according to Fantrax, well, not according to Fantrax, according to the note that they have here, the Philadelphia Phillies are likely to use Nick Williams as a trade piece
Okay,
because
for
for pitching.
okay.
Because they signed Carlos Santana to first, they got to move Hoskins to the outfield, and that means an outfielder's got to go because you got Altair, you got Odubel Herrera, and you got Nick Williams. One of those guys got to go.
There you go. Time to go.
I'm hoping this one of these guys falls here. I love him for a breakout this year. Hoping he falls.
Okay. I'll be anxious to see who you got. I'm kind of scratching my head, which, it's okay to do this late in the mock.
Yeah.
And that's okay. God, I was reading somebody was talking about Dominic Smith the other day, like, oh wow, he's gonna be great. And I was like, isn't he really fat?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I
yeah,
remember. I
somebody was
remember.
really gassed up on him though.
Yeah. I mean, he hit for a great average in the minors, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's always good when you get a prospect that gets called up and can hit and stuff like that. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going after him. Hopefully, he's probably a guy you like claim off the waiver wires kind of thing. And
Mm-hmm.
this is wild. There are a lot of players that have been undrafted in a lot of the leagues we've done so far.
Yeah, I assume you're referring to hitters.
Yeah, yeah. What did I say?
Is-
Somebody ever take LeMay?
Who?
Dinelson LeMay. Did somebody ever take him?
I don't believe so.
Okay, let me see. What's going on? Dinel. Oh, somebody must have. Oh well. All right. Okay. Apparently, I was asleep at the wheel while I was describing what was going on here. God, this is just
Oh yeah, someone did take Clement.
okay. Yeah, this is just. I'm really frustrated by not being able to sort like a innings pitched situation here, so I can at least on the fly figure out a Ks per nine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's a little frustrating to me, especially because I'm like, eh. And all right, only because they paid for him. Whatever.
Cabinel took him.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a good. I was actually assuming it was James.
Yeah.
So that's just fine. Okay, Wilson, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah, there's when you get to the end of the draft, there's a lot of decent hitters out there, but the pitching just like nobody.
well, there's just a lot to sort through. And the other thing is that's the other thing about Fantrax. Like they have players that are so deep in terms of like just fringe prospects or just minor league players
Mm-hmm.
that like wouldn't even enter the Yahoo world or wouldn't even enter the ESPN world. And so it makes it a lot more difficult to sort of sort through all that.
Yeah, I was gonna take Kinsler on the turn,
Okay.
but Michael A. Taylor, I think this is his breakout year for Washington. Shocker, I do like a Nationals player.
Shocking. Yeah, I think I'm just giving up on the whole finding a late starter at this point.
Yeah. Then I'll go Homer.
Okay.
Eligible a lot of places.
There you go. Nice. There you go. Yeah. I mean, eh. This is interesting. Like some of the names that are still here versus names that are names you've never even seen in your life before. You're like, whoa, that's deep. Okay, let's see here. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, Nelson's out there.
Yeah, but the issue with him is that he won't be there till probably the All-Star break.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take this dude and let him be utility. Yeah, just let him be outfield. Okay. Since everybody's talking about Teoscar being a sleeper and even Fantrax was pumping him up today, a little Fantrax pump up love. I'll talk about him. I'll pick him up. Teoscar replacing old man.
Jose Batista.
Yeah, I was gonna say Joey Bance. He follows everyone on Twitter. He's got to be like one of the most prolific following of any. Like, does he follow you on Twitter?
Who?
Jose Batista.
No.
He follows like he must have like a PR person or something, somebody like that runs his Twitter account because he literally friends like any account you find on Twitter. So we're wrapping up here, coming to the end. Thank you for joining us. We'll go through the teams here in a minute, and I'll get off the outfield ranks. You really don't give a shit about just old outfielder or young outfielders that nobody has, and you'll see that there's still actually like some serviceable stuff out here.
Yeah, on the wire.
Yeah, players. Yay! That and then the deafening applause from Fantrax when the draft ends. There's a really long, loud sound effect of crowd applause. So,
Yeah, and the email that says draft completed.
Okay, I was gonna say now that we're all deaf. Now, is the email for draft completed? Is it a better way to look at all the teams, or should I just go through team by team?
No, just go team by team.
Okay, all right, we'll do that. Real quick, I'm just gonna go through, and again, thank you for mocking with us, everybody, tonight. We'll just start at the top of the list here with Cubby. Okay, so, oh yeah, he ended up with smoke too. Okay, where there's smoke, there's fire. So we got Lucroy, Smoke. Yeah, I like this. Okay, the Bregman story.
Good power, good stolen bases.
The Acuna was the shocker, I think. I mean, again, he got his power. Acuna, I think, but that was sort of the like unlike Cubby type pick, and even the Willie Calhoun. So him going outside of his value sort of draft makes it a bit interesting. Quintana, yeah, just steady. You know, the C Martin Quintana. So he's got his ace, his number 2, old reliable with the upside of Snell. And then he's got the upside of LeMay. And, you know, again, he's getting extra Ks because he didn't win, you know, he didn't go heavy with his starting pitching.
Yeah.
Miller Betances more than makes up, you know, plus Green.
And
plus,
Chad Green.
Yeah. And I mean, Minter. I mean, like a lot of these guys, Cubby's good with bullpen. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And Cubby has this strange habit of winning head-to-head redraft leagues and just leagues generally. So
yeah.
All right, so here's Don't Panic. This is our buddy Tris, and I like his offense a fair amount actually. There's a good mix of like knowns and upside.
Yeah.
And just sort of like, I don't know, I guess safe floor type players. I mean,
yeah,
obviously the big name here is Harper, and you know the fact that Rizzo came back around so late was nice for him.
Definitely.
You know, and he's stuck. Okay, so he got stuck with the Britain thing. That was kind of a oopsie, but you know, starting pitching's not bad. Fulmer in Detroit, you know, he'll get you quality starts, not wins necessarily, so still okay. But you know, I mean, he's still got a serviceable bullpen.
Yeah.
The starting pitching, I mean, Sonny Gray's a nice 4th starter for him. I mean, again, that's not bad actually. That's pretty nice starting pitching.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't fill his pitcher slots with our relievers though.
Yeah. But yeah. It's all right. Not bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, here's your team. We got you with your Alfaro. I love it. I actually like that a lot. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Taylor, yeah. Taylor and Albies there. That's that out. All right, so yeah, your power with Dozier. You are a big Dozier fan, aren't you?
I am. I'm becoming more and more of it. I mean, his average has climbed every year. He's hitting home runs. He's stealing bases. And Minnesota was a top 10 offense last year.
Right.
So
yeah. And a lot, you know, he's a large part of it, obviously.
Yeah, and he scored 100 runs or more in the last 4 years.
Okay.
Every year.
See this. All right. All right. I don't like Marte. I was thinking about taking him myself, but like I was like, and still fifth round for Marte is not horrible. But your
Yeah.
Marte and Inciarte, your Artes are where it's Arte. I don't know. Like it's an Arte parte. I like that. And of course Domingo. Yeah, you served up a bit of ham here with some of your players here, your Domingo and your Inciarte especially. And then of
Yeah.
course the pitching. The Paxton Scherzer 1-2 is nice.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't pay for closers necessarily, but you've got your holds guys. So the saves plus holds in effect. Nice core. And then Hater, like, jeez. Yeah, so not bad there. And again, if Herrera bounces back, absolutely. That's like a solid bullpen. I mean, Morrow, right. Edward, yeah, oof, solid. Not bad there, dude. Not bad. I mean, I guess you're more into Taylor than I am. I'd say, like, just glancing, I'm like, about Taylor. But, I mean, again, might as well.
He's got 2020. He's got 2020 potential.
Yeah. Okay, on to me. My disaster of a team. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place here. I've got a lot of like player pairings that are like not bad that I actually kind of like.
Yeah.
But they're still like, like my Peraza. I don't have enough middle infield clearly. At least shortstop. I like scope, but I really, if I'm going to pay for scope, I would have preferred to have had like probably a shortstop. I missed obviously Bogarts by like a pick or something like that.
Yeah.
That would have been like if I had Bogarts right here, I would love this offense.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course starting pitching.
Maybe it's Peraza this year. Maybe you needed the stolen bases. I mean, Pollock will get you some, but beyond that,
I don't have a lot of stolen bases. Yeah, my speed's not there necessarily. This is more of a power team, which. I mean, once it kind of started taking that shape, I just went with it. Obviously, that's what you do. And it's head-to-head, so you can punt some categories. I feel like I got decent Ks in my pitching.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Salazar, despite his troubles, will get you the Ks. Castillo, obviously, is getting pretty hyped. And then Strasburg.
Yeah. That's actually I didn't have any Luis Castillo, and so this will be my first sort of venture into those waters. I like that he's 888. That's not bad, right? That seems auspicious. I like that. I don't know why. And the 333 for Strasburg. I like that. That seems very auspicious. I like it. Bullpen's like not bad.
Yeah, I mean you got a solid 3 there, and Allen, Bradley, and Vizcaíno, and then Holland. Depending on where he signs.
Yeah, I mean again,
I like the Gray pick late.
Yeah, I was happy to get Gray, and then just being able to balance them out with, Cobb. Hopefully, again, when you're talking $20 million a season, assume he's going to an okay team.
Yeah.
So. Hopefully that'll get me a few wins, but yeah, my team I would say is very light in stolen bases, light in wins.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, we got LT here, heavy hitters, and he served you some ham, the Mancini, and he's got his so he's got his power. He's got a lot of nice power because he got Donaldson so late too.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of stolen bases too. I mean, Pham's gonna steal Merrifield. Obviously D. Gordon. So he's got a nice balance.
Hayes, yeah, and LT's a Baltimore fan, is he not?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
No, LT's an Orioles fan.
No, that's what I said. But did I say Baltimore or did I say Boston?
You said. I
don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's getting late. It's getting late on the East Coast and on the West Coast. Hey, you got your coffee? You staying up with us? Whatever. Yeah, Baltimore is what I meant. I don't know what the hell I said. Who knows? Who knows what I said? Don't hold me to it.
You said Toronto, but
Toronto. That's not even America. But the Darvish Kershaw, like with God, I mean, I don't know. As a D-backs fan, I do hope I'm wrong about the regression on Godley and Ray. But it just seems like they both kind of pitched at their absolute peak. And again, if they maintain that, at least I love it.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also got Lance McCullers Jr. too.
Mm-hmm. So that's nice backup. And then you got Cleveland. You got Cleveland late. Yeah. And then let's see, slide on down. Okay, I missed his bench a little bit. Yeah, Kinsler real late. Alonso real late. Trainin was a nice closer pick late.
Yeah.
I think Trainin's going to be pretty heavily. Now, again, I'm not going to bet my undies or eat some undies if Trainin's not the closer at the end of the year, but there's a fair chance he'll actually, put up pretty decent saves numbers and just
maybe if he pitches all out.
Well, that's kind of the big issue, and like again, he, change of scenery seemed to be a good situation. So, all right, here's your other guy, At Bulia. This is
he auto drafted halfway through.
Okay, so his big splash was the Gary Sanchez third pick. I called it second round at the time because it's like ass end of the second round, really. But so his first pick of the third round, and his Devers, he really liked that. He was right. Corey Seager falling all the way. Like when you've got first pick and you take Mike Trout, and then Corey Seager falls all the way back around, like 24 or whatever. Like, yeah. So.
But his utility is trash. But
this is just like blah blah blah. Because, well, all right. So you know what? I think like once he went away, his team sort of fell apart. Let's be honest here. I mean, he reached a bit on Ohtani, reached a bit on Aaron Sanchez, and once he kind of, again, no fault of his own. This is a mock draft, so he was here for as long as he could be. Took a lot of players he liked, but as you can see, the team sort of petered out as the draft went along, and so that happens. Chris, is that another 6-man rotation guy?
I don't know. I believe so.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, the Ozuna and Cruz combo I kind of like there.
Yeah.
Gallo, I mean, he's got a lot of power here. It's just the thing about this team to me that's sort of all over the map, or not all over the map, but he's got a lot of average, like guys that hit for average and get on base that I would never pair a Joey Gallo with. I don't care how many home runs Joey Gallo hits. I'm not playing a guy that hits, below the Mendoza line essentially most of the season with a high average team. I mean,
I thought Morales was a little early too.
Yeah, he did take Kendry early, but I think that was kind of one of those like just rankings things maybe, or just, I mean, Kendry will put up really nice numbers. It's just the age and the lineup.
Yeah.
But his pitching here is like not. Oh, Montgomery was another one we were kind of questioning, I guess. Yeah. But this actually isn't bad here, like it's not the sexiest pitching, but like if Garrett Richards healthy, Santana healthy, Duffy just sort of does what Duffy does. Morton, I like Morton a lot. Morton's kind of one of those really nice late pitchers. Again, he got him in the 15th round. I really like that. I like, if we're comparing old pitchers, somehow it seems like Morton's on the upswing and Hamels is on the downswing. So if I was choosing between those two, roughly at the same point in the draft, pitching in the same state, I'm going with Morton. Better team slightly. I'll give the edge to the Houston there. Obviously coming off the World Series, but Morton was, pretty nice for an older guy.
Yeah.
Then again, not bad here. Just like all pretty late arms, nothing bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the only thing I really question on Chris's team would be that Gallo pairing. That's about it.
Yeah.
Dad Sox, he had a pretty nice team going before he had to bail out. Yeah, I like a lot of his players. You know what's funny? This really does look like a J-Money team. Just looking at it on the surface, there's a lot of J-Money players here. The Carrasco, the Matt Olson. I mean, Goldie. Benintendi. I mean, there's a lot of what I would say would be a J Money kind of thing in here.
Definitely.
And then the J Ram. But this pitching, I mean, I can't believe actually Chase Anderson has kind of turned into what he has. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, he's no ace, but I mean, decent. It's Milwaukee. It's probably that. Just Milwaukee's a good team. With Carrasco, Severino, I like that quite a bit. I just like anything Severino. I mean, how do you not?
Obviously, yeah.
But the Samardzija, yeah, he's definitely a steer clear of player for me. Alex Claudio, Addison Reed. I mean, Reed, depending on where he gets signed. But
Yeah.
I just can't. I'm not a big add a run Reed guy. And remember, he went on auto pick too at some point too. So some of this drop off.
Yeah.
The Tyler Miley or how do you pronounce his name? Is that Miley? Bale?
No idea.
I mean, for Pete's sake, how the hell do you say it? This Will Myers, yeah, throw Will Myers in there. A nice little 2020, not bad. Just generally, like, yeah, we were talking about that. Like, he's got a lot of guys that get power and speed for you. So that's So for a guy that mostly auto picked, not bad. Very nice core for a largely auto pick team. All right, here's our buddy Jose from just hanging out in Florida. Jets Infinities. He's in Florida, but he's right big New York fan. Is Beef Wellington, and
he's
all right. So
always goes young.
Yeah, he definitely goes young. I mean, this Guerrero, Rogers, who knows? It's a mock draft. These guys aren't going to play this year. And if they do, they're going to play like maybe the end of the year, unless something really shocking happens. I don't see either of them playing this year.
No.
Except for maybe in September. And even then,
maybe Rogers in September. Guerrero Jr. is still way too young.
I mean, he'd have to be like absurdly good, which there have been players who are that absurdly good. I mean, we've seen it. And I'm holding one of them who's an old man on my team now. We got his wild turkey, Miguel Cabrera. But yeah, so Robbie Ray was basically his ace in the 4th round. That to me was, now he's a big Ray fan. If you're a fan, you draft the guy you like. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The Corey Nabel, that's the pick right there. And then he rum hammy with the Barrios. He got you with the Barrios too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can allow this pitching. And the Honeywell was nice. The Fulte and the Eichhoff, hoping there's, somewhere in here there's some upside. Like Eichhoff figures it out a little bit. Gohara, he got James there.
Yeah.
I like that. And then, Mejia. So he's got some vets, the bench vets, to sort of like make up for some of the youth on the, in the utility slot. Like he could actually. Can I mess? Oh, I can fuck with his roster. I don't know why I can do that. Hey, look, I'm fucking with your roster.
Oh, I can too. Oh, wait, no, I can't. Never mind.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. What am I doing? Like, wait, what? How am I able to set his roster
around? But nope.
Like, that's interesting. You can set somebody's lineup for him. But yeah, like, so his big piece there, that's your guy. That's your Turner. And you got him 10th overall. You got to love that.
Yeah.
All right, here's another addict, Pepsi Pete. And I loved his I love that Votto, Nolan Arenado there.
Yeah.
Of course, you got
then Edwin Encarnacion, Upton, he's got power for days. And then he got Hamilton really late for stolen bases.
Yeah, that's nice. And then his pitching, actually his pitching's pretty decent.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was looking for Giolito, and then I was like, oh man, he already got picked.
I mean, Barraclaw probably. I mean, I don't know what he really does, but hopefully he pitches well. And of course,
Shane Green's a lot of people.
So. Yeah, like you're gonna get K's and stuff, and like, I mean, it's just Miami, and same thing with Green. But all three of these, will get you nice K's. And okay, we're sliding on down to the bench. He's still got he's got Melanson and
Patty
Corbin and. Yates. That's interesting. So yeah, that's not a bad team actually. I mean,
No, I don't know. Definitely not, especially the offense.
yeah, and then of course, like Cisco again, like you're taking a chance on Chance Cisco, and at that point, that late in the draft, there's 26 rounds. You took him in the 22nd round. So what? He doesn't pan out, you drop him. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the guy we thought was Ralph Lipschitz or Razzball Ralph. It's some other Razzball Ralph. Goofball Ralph is more like it. I'm actually going to slide down to his pitching staff more than his offense. We'll go back to the offense. Yeah, this was an auto pick team all the way from the beginning. Kluber, Sale, Verlander. Obviously, just look at that. Now, see, this would be kind of fun in a regular, like, say this guy actually missed the draft.
Mm-hmm.
This would be fun to like try to negotiate trades. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
all right, so he's got like so many like really like all right, let's think about this. Like if he was gonna keep this team, I would think he'd want to trade one of Kluber and Sale.
Definitely.
You know, and then maybe one of Arrieta or Greinke. And then you can go get like, if you're doing 2-for-1s, maybe you could get like a couple offensive pieces, or again, even just 1-for-1 straight up, similar value. That would really help his offense, clearly, you know. But I mean,
in the beginning of his offense isn't that bad. I mean, Bohr, that late,
he's still
not
got
bad.
a lot of nice
Gaddis,
value.
Mayu, Beltre, but once you get to the outfield and utility, it's like, eh.
Yeah, but a lot of those scrub type players you could flip in around. I mean, this actually could be a successful team. I mean, Gaddis,
Yeah,
Bohr,
I mean,
Mayhew,
and
Beltre,
again,
Kozar.
like we said, there's offensive players on the wire that he'd still be useful that he could pick up. He could pick up a Hunter Renfroe or a Nick Williams.
I might not even mess with this team that much. Like, if you got pitching that good and like a halfway decent, like it's not sexy, this Gaddis, Bohr, LeMahieu, Beltre, Cozart, but like that's 5 pretty decent options.
Offensive players, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if Simmons follows up his season he had last year, he's okay.
I'll take that. I'll take the advantage with the minor offensive core and then just play the waiver wire, because again, you're going to find more offense than you are like starting pitching. I mean, you can stream starters, but you're going to find throughout the year, you're going to find like more guys that mean something in fantasy that are offense. So
definitely.
All right, last team, Vandalay 69. 69! Got to throw that out there. Ronnie the limo driver from the Stern Show. Oh yeah, he got Jake Lamb super late, middle of the draft there, and everybody said they forgot about it, but then we're like, no, we didn't. can't hit lefties. The Posey Murphy combo. My eye keeps going back to that. The Bogarts, he's the one that got me with the Bogarts, Vandalay. And Seager, getting older Seager there.
All of his guys in the outfield could be 2020.
Yeah, I mean, again, Polanco is the big question mark there. He got him so late it hardly hurts.
Yeah,
but that Blackman Betts, lovely combo. Just sliding down. Stroman, Noah, not going to work here anymore. Although he ended up not that bad, I think, right?
Yeah, no, he was pretty good.
So, and again, it's the Yankees. I mean, unless this is the year that his elbow finally explodes, which always been a reason why I can't draft Masahiro Tanaka. But look at that bullpen. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Chapman, Diaz, Giles, Colome. Colome, rather, excuse me. Colome. Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice. That bench is like
got a bunch of steals on the bench.
Yeah, little power, stolen. I mean, that's not bad actually. Like, none of those guys are high average guys necessarily, but like, they'll get you power, they'll get you speed. That's exactly kind of what you would want. So that's not bad for bench bats. Although I still think, well, maybe 1 or 2 more starters in there.
Yeah.
But again, you'll find them on the wire. Not bad. Not bad. So that was a pretty decent mock draft. Not like a amazing mock draft by any stretch, but also not bad. There's still, as you can see, some players out here. You know, it's mostly obviously heavy on pitching because of the way the league's set up, but you know, hopefully that was informative and helpful for you guys. I know it's early in the season. It's what, January 4th, almost January 5th here, depending on what time zone you're in. But, you know, that's early 2018 drafting, and I thought it was fun. Right? Like, I feel like I've got a lot to find in terms of starting pitching, like later starting pitching, to make up for passing on pitching. Because I don't think I'm drafting a lot of early pitching, so probably good to know what's later that I can find.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why you do these mock drafts. Hopefully, you know, maybe that's helpful seeing other people do it for you. And if not, you know, get in there and do a mock draft yourself and just do a few of them. See where, like, okay, I'm not feeling confident about late relief pitching, or, you know, I need a bench bat real late in the draft that has some upside, but I can't think of any names. Well, do a mock draft, see what other people are doing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the Gohara pick. You know, he didn't know about him until he saw Cabino pick him.
Okay. Yeah, and then all of a sudden the floodgate. Now he's like, I gotta get your. So it's not bad, but yeah, that was you know, again, Fantrax a little different than Yahoo or ESPN, so just be, you know, ready for that when you head on over and do your early mocking and early drafting. But thanks for everybody who hung out with us tonight and drafted with us. It was good. It was fun. We'll do more. We'll do some real drafts. Of course, the FSAA leagues will be setting up, but not until Yahoo opens. Andrew, I'm sure you're going to do a league. We've already done several. So, you know, I guess if you want to get involved in a draft, Twitter's where we're all at. Our website's fantasysportsaddicts.com. And, of course, Andrew, you write for Six Man Rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So, Andrew, you are at FantasyAid1 on Twitter, if I'm correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I am at letter F, letter S, word double letter FSAA. Website's fantasysportsaddicts.com. And thank you for joining us for this mock draft, first one in 2018 season. I'll close with the Fantasy Sports Serenity Prayer. It goes as follows. Fantasy gods, please grant me the serenity to set my ideal lineup, courage to add drop after a lovely draft like this, aggressively, and the wisdom, as always, to make good trades. Again, that was a lovely draft. Thank you. FantasySportsAddicts.com's website. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Fantasy Aid on YouTube. Thumbs up. Give us a little feedback. Tell us how we did in the draft, and tell us how your draft's going to be. And swing by the site and let's draft. Everybody draft, because it's baseball season, baby. Andrew, can I get a hell yeah or something?
Oh yeah,
baseball season. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.